Today I got time, cuz. Spin the check and get it right back. Grinding, hitting Brazilian dimes from behind. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Gotta know how I move. I love big booty Latinas.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs.
All right, chat. Put a one if y'all can hear us. Put a one if y'all can hear us. We want to make sure we start the show off right. So put a one. I think I hear myself. If y'all can hear us, put a one if y'all can hear us. All right, I know y'all can hear us now because I got the sound on. All right, let's make sure these sound bites are working first. We gotta make sure the sound bites are working. We come from the top, guys. We'll go from the top, but we gotta make sure. Did y'all hear that? think I hear it. Soundbites working? All right, cool. All right, chat. Here we go. Let's talk.
Yeah, time, cuz. Spin the check and get it right back. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
I know how I move.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
Nobody.
I got beans, greens, potatoes,
Perfect.
tomatoes, lamb,
Perfect.
ram, hog,
Perfect.
dog,
Perfect.
chicken, turkey, rat. You
Perfect. Here we go.
I want to do hood rat stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Classes in session. My brother from another mother, international. How do you do today?
What's poppin', slime? What's Gucci chat? Wanted to get back. We got a show again. It's a jam-packed show. We got a lot to go over. We missed you guys, man. We did a quick check-in the other day, but we didn't get a chance to do an actual show. And me and Steve were just talking about it right before the show.
Yeah.
How we needed to get an actual show in. So we're happy to be here. Guys, it's been a long morning trying to get everything together. Just checked into a new B&B, all that stuff. So that's what pushed us back a little bit, just getting that all set up. And we wanted to bring you guys the highest quality content as usual. We have a standard over here.
Yeah.
So it's not just us. Give us some grace. Sorry we're late, but we got a jam-packed show. How are you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good, man. Yesterday was brutal, guys. We went out to this tour in Bangkok, this like canal tour or whatever, man. And I was literally like heat stroke. Somebody was like, it's because you had a black shirt on. I was like, man, if I'd had a white shirt, a pink shirt, purple shirt, I needed a hat. International wears the hats, man. And I never rag on them for wearing hats, but I don't wear hats as much because I have all this hair, and I really could just get one of them football, or not the football ones, the baseball ones where you can put your ponytail through. I just need to wear more hats. So I ended up buying a bucket hat, and I felt a little better. But by the time it was the end of the trip, guys, I was exhausted, ready to go, tired, and feel like shit. So I'm still recovering from that, guys. Thailand is super hot, but it is fun. And we got some crazy footage for you guys. We're actually, right after the show, just going to start posting footage because we realized we've been moving around so much that you guys haven't gotten any footage.
Y'all haven't got a chance to see us moving around as often as we'd like to. So
one of the supporters was like, I went live IRL yesterday at this club we were at, and they wouldn't give me the Wi-Fi password. So I can go live from my phone, guys, like IRL style, but if I don't have a Wi-Fi, it's just bad. It's just shit. So one of the supporters was like, yo, look, we'll just wait for the footage that y'all put up afterwards. He was like, don't sacrifice the quality trying to go live in the clubs, and which I agreed with him. And we took that down. So those of you who saw it, you saw it. But what we're going to start doing is taking a lot of those IRLs and putting them to the members only, so that the members get to see them on the replay. Basically, if you catch the lives, you catch them. If you don't, you'll have to sign up for the membership to watch the full IRLs.
Just so we can give some more value to the people that are committed to the channel.
And occasionally we may do IRL and leave it up, but more so than not, they're going to go behind the Mentuition Mafia membership.
We'll keep these shows on the replay, the Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, but the IRLs, all that stuff, that's going to be members after they're finished going forward. So and then we also have a ton of content. We got a ton of Patreon footage. We've been having a great time. Steve's been getting some crazy stuff, debauchery.
I got some stuff.
So we got some stuff for the Patreon locals. Just please bear with us. It is a lot traveling to all these places, going to the airport, doing all this stuff to catch a 1-hour flight to go to these places. And then we got to get checked in. We got to get the taxi. We got to go here, do this, do that. Then we got to do our IRL. it's a lot, and we're not complaining, but just give us some grace, bear with us, you know, and we're still doing our show 3 times a week. We're still staying committed to that. That's forever, you know. So, you know, we stick to our commitments. We take that stuff seriously. Just give us some grace.
Yeah,
But shout out to everybody here.
Yeah. What's good?
Let's see.
What's good?
See who's in class.
Ozzy, what's good? Zal, 1, 2, 3, 4, what's good? Mangelo's in here.
Yep.
J Mees, what's up? Calais, what's up? So yeah, guys, due to this time change, man, it's just a difficult way to go live in the same time slot. I think next time if we ever travel over here, we'll just switch the days, or we'll give you guys different times, and we'll just do it that way, man. Because first of all, if you're partying, you try to get up at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., it's almost nearly impossible. But then if you're leaving Airbnbs, the checkout's at 10 a.m.
And then
so you're trying to leave the Airbnb and do a show.
We're working East Coast businesses during the like nighttime too. So that's huge. You know, the work never stops.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to J Mees, man. He's been giving us a lot of sauce and game. Today, guys, we're definitely gonna hit up some stuff later as it cools down. As I told you guys, I'm a little struck in from the heat, so I'm gonna stay in, and we're gonna really pound out a lot of footage and stuff and put some stuff up for you guys. But once it gets cooler and the sun goes down, we're probably gonna do some more stuff for you guys today for sure. If you guys have any suggestions of where we can go in Bangkok, someone said Sky Bar. We're gonna try that out maybe tonight. Tonight should be more of a chill night. There'll be people out, but it won't be as crazy as Friday and Saturday. So it should be easier to get content and do lives and IRLs. And then, Jamie's or anybody that's been to Bangkok, man, let us know what we should do. We saw some supporters actually out. There was a guy who stopped me at Sugar Club the other day and said, "Yo, what's good? You're Intuition." I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" It's crazy, guys. We're literally all the way across the world, and we have people. I watch your show. I fuck with your channel, and you know what I mean. It's just crazy. Yeah. So I'm super just excited, and we're blessed to even be here through you guys. You know, sending in your donations. We've made it here, and so I'm just excited, man. And we still got a good amount of the trip left. So we're still, you know, we're still got, you know, we got a lot more stuff we're going to give you guys for sure, but we're going to start posting now because I think a lot of people wait till after their trip, but I think we just owe you guys some footage of what's going on. So we're going to post to the Intuition page, to that Patreon, to the locals, all 3. You'll start seeing some clips go up.
Yep. Right after this show. Let's get the housekeeping out the way real quick. Knock that shit out, and then we can get into business, get down to business.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, appreciate y'all being up at 1:24 a.m. watching our show, man. Checking us out, and shout out to everybody that'll catch it on the replay. We appreciate all the support, all the love. But yeah, we'll let Steve do his thing with the housekeeping.
Yeah, guys, in case you didn't notice, we do have a locals. That is mentuition.locals.com. And this is where you guys will see all the debauchery, all the ass shaking. We will be in Brazil this year again for Carnival, guys.
Hopefully.
Well, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But guys, trust me when I say, man, you gotta hit up a Mentuition yacht party. We are the best at what we do. No one can do it like we do it. And if you guys join the locals, you'll be able to see how me and International party, okay, and how we get down. You'll see all the debauchery, all the not safe for YouTube stuff will be here. And it's only going to be, that's all you're going to see on locals is stuff like this, just us having fun. Now, if you want those breakdowns that we always talk about, the breakdown of Thailand, breakdown of Japan, the breakdown of Brazil, all these different breakdowns of the places we went to, those will be uploaded on our Patreon along with the debauchery. This will be here too. However, you'll see this, but when you sign up for this, you're going to get a lot more. Okay, so the locals, guys, is free. There's some stuff on here for free. However, if you want to unlock the craziness, you'll have to sign up for $9.99 a month. The Patreon is also free, patreon.com/mentuition. However, to see and unlock all the sauce, you'll have to pay. We have 3 tiers. The first tier is our general admission tier. You get free access to some of our not safe for work content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage. exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, we have our VIP tier. You get free access to all of our locals posts, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off of merch, and even more special Discord access. Last but not least, we have our All Access Pass. We shout out to our new All Access Pass member that just signed up. We appreciate you, and we'll be sending you your welcome package soon. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, and 20% off the merch. And guys, do not forget to become a member of our YouTube page, okay? It is $3.99. You spend that, that's literally less than a fucking Big Mac nowadays, or even a fucking small fry. A small fry is probably $3.99 at McDonald's. So make sure you guys sign up for the Intuition Mafia. We will pin it to the top of the YouTube chat here shortly. Our Nightbot our chat bot will be putting up a bunch of different advertisements here shortly, and we will pin the become a member of the Intuition Mafia up there. Also, guys, become a member of the Discord. The Discord is free. We've had some people join over the last couple days. Appreciate you guys. Ask whatever questions. We just helped out a bunch of people get. One guy needed a driver. Another person needed Airbnb, guest friendly. Everyone's always asking questions. So if we can't answer it, there's someone in the chat that can answer it for you. Okay. Yep. Last but not least, guys, if you book a consultation, okay, book a consultation. Okay, book a consultation so you can get some game.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
Some of you guys, there's specific followers and watchers of us that they try to get things out of us without booking the consultation. Yes, we will help you when we can, guys. But if you have several questions, you really want to learn about Medellin or Cartagena, just book the consultation, man. Don't do the, can I get a discount? Can you answer this? Hey, Steve. Hey, Al. Just book it, man. It's not that much money. We make it very affordable, but also you'll be able to really write down and ask us one-on-one how to move properly, because you got to know how to fucking move.
I know how to move.
And it'll just make it easier for you. Okay, so book a consultation if you have any questions about any of the places we've traveled. Okay.
Yeah. Another thing is we are planning a meetup. We're planning our first meetup.
Yes, sir.
I've already been talking to a lot of the, we have a group chat for exclusive only, for exclusive members of the channel. Mm-hmm. Some of our VIP and higher all access pass members. So we have a WhatsApp group chat, and we are planning a meetup in Cartagena around March 16th, somewhere around that time frame. So if you want some more details on that, become a VIP member or all access pass, they'll find out first. We're going to roll it out to everyone, but they're going to get the first dibs on the information. A lot of the stuff that we do, you know, we get a section over there or anything like that. A lot of that stuff will be either discounted or free for the all access pass and VIP members. And then also, you know, they're going to get first dibs on, you know, all of the information, all of the sauce on it, all of that. So we're planning it around March 16th. If you want to go to it, or you want to, and you're not a member, hit us up on Discord. That's the best way to reach us. Sometimes the Instagram messages get lost, that kind of thing. But hit us up on Discord, and we'll let you know all of the details.
Yeah, man. Guys, I'm super excited about this meetup. This is going to be the first like international stuff, official meetup. So everybody who, you know, rocks with us, you know, I'm just excited to meet you guys. We already have some interest in on the back end, I'm sure. I've heard in the group chat and seen. But yeah, what did you say we were going to do just to gauge how many people want to come? I'm sorry. Or we're going to talk about that later.
So we're going to give out more information. If you guys want to come to the trip, hit us up on Discord. Maybe we'll make a special room on Discord for the trip. All things trip related. If anybody wants to go, you know, Discord members, all of that stuff, we could talk about that in there. Okay. And we're going to do a huge meetup, first official meetup. I'm super excited about it. We already got some people confirmed for it. But yes, can't wait for it. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the
Shout
child.
out to the child
Child
in the building.
Spin the check and get it right
He
back.
said,
Please talk. Mother.
yeah, please talk about the J Rello being irresponsible and gambling over $1,000 of his fundraiser money. Yeah, so we can
We're gonna do you one better.
yeah, we're actually gonna bring J Rello on, guys. He's waiting here, so we'll get him on in a second, and we'll talk about the fundraiser, the debacle. What happened? Is it true? Is it not true? What's going on? And then we do have some updates for our collab with J Rello as well. So let me send him the link real quick, and we will bring J Rello on because he's watching right now. Give me 1 second. And while we do that, guys, make sure you guys like the video. Sub up. I know we're going live at a different time, so a lot of people probably catch this on the playback, but anybody who's watching that's a new watcher, sub up, man. A lot of y'all be ninja watching, man. Y'all just, I don't know what it is. All you got to do is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It literally takes zero effort.
Yeah, and it's free.
And
it supports the hell out of us.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to talk about. Just it was on the tip of my tongue, no Diddy.
you forgot that quick? Damn.
Yeah, it's something important. It'll come back to me.
All right. I sent J Rello the link, guys. We're gonna get J Rello in here real quick. Just give y'all some updates.
Guys, traveling to Asia is expensive as fuck, right? Super expensive. The stuff that we're doing, Steve lost, like, as we said on a few of the other streams, Steve lost, like, how much were those batteries?
At least like $600 or $700
Okay.
worth of batteries.
So we lost that. We got them back.
300, and one was like, yeah.
We got them back. We ended up, so we lost it. We had to respend that. It came up. Checking all these bags to carry all this equipment that we have here. Guys, this ain't no bullshit setup, right? We got the real deal setup. Like, this is real equipment. Steve got the real soundboard. He got. I can do it. We could show you better than we could tell you, right?
Let me see. They can kind of see all the chords now.
Yeah, like, this ain't no bullshit setup, right? This isn't going live from a laptop. There's nothing wrong with that, but we have a standard of quality, to uphold, right? So traveling with all this shit means we have to check extra bags at the airport.
Yeah, man.
That stuff gets super expensive. One airline was trying to charge us $200
For one bag.
for one additional bag, right? Now, we know ways around that stuff, and we'll talk about that. We're gonna make some airport sauce, things you need to know. That's going straight to the Patreon for the probably go for VIP members, right? So all of this stuff is super expensive. The flight from Phuket to here was $250. I thought that this shit was going to be a lot less because we're having to book this stuff. Like last minute because we're kind of doing different things and we don't have all this stuff lined up, and we are trying to make our schedules align with certain things and some last minute things. So we don't have all of the dates, we don't have all the Airbnbs, all of that stuff adds up. And like I said, it's just super expensive to do all of this stuff at the level that we're doing it. So all of your guys' support is much needed. We will probably do another fundraiser very soon for Brazil to get that stuff, to get some extra money to have for that, to make that happen and give you guys the best content for that. But just wanted to say that please continue to support us like people like the child do, financially. But even if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, leave a comment. All of that stuff helps. Helps get the message out about our channel. A lot of people hit us up on the back end or leave comments saying, I didn't even know this channel existed. But thanks to you guys that are sharing and leaving comments and liking and doing all that stuff, it reaches more people, it hits the algorithm. So I say all of that to say this, all of your support is definitely needed to continue doing this stuff at the level that we're doing it. And that's the only level we know. So, you know, the more that you guys support, the more that we'll do. So
Yes,
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Guys, so we're waiting on J Rello to come in. While we do that, we can just go over one of our videos because he might be doing something, and
we'll go over the other main top. Oh, here it goes.
Oh, there he is.
Yep. All right, guys. So we are bringing J Rello up now, and he can explain. You can hear it right from the horse's mouth exactly what happened. So without further ado, J Rello in the motherfucking building.
What up? Yeah, bitch, I said hello. What's good, bro?
What up, it's Rello. What you guys got going on, guys?
Chilling, brother. Let me make sure we can hear you, man. Our speakers are a little low here. I don't know why it's not going up, but how you feeling, brother?
Doing good, man. Just checking in with you guys, seeing how the Thailand trip is going. I got questions. I'm pretty sure you guys got questions for me. So we lit tonight.
Yes, sir. Hold on one sec, Rello. Let me make sure we can get you up here. I don't know why it's so low. Hold on one second. You sound good. It's just our headphones are low, so we're not coming out in the speaker. So hold on one second. Let me see if I can make this louder. It used to be a thing where you could. Hold on, chat. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know if it's gonna let me make this louder. It should be louder, but
is what it is. We'll
deal with it. But yeah, Rello. So we had a comment here from the child. I want you to address this one. He said, please talk about J Rello being irresponsible and gambling over $1,000 of the fundraiser money. Can you give people some clarity on what happened? Did it actually happen? What's the deal with the whole gambling situation?
Well, look like they wasted $5 for being incompetent. Looks like. Long story short, people thought that I basically was canceling the trip. You know, rumors started about he lost the money gambling and all of that, and it was just all cap rap. Long story short, if you watched the live yesterday, I kind of played into it because I just thought it was kind of funny how everybody just assumed I was, scamming or canceling the trip or some dumb shit. So, long story short, it was just all just cap. This trip is still on. Everything's good. It was no gambling the trip money. Just listen to my live. Go back and rewatch my yesterday's live, and you'll have all the answers, child. All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Where I was telling Steve, I was on other people's channels yesterday, and all of the news kept coming out. Oh, J Rello is canceling the trip. He's gambling, all that stuff. And then I had already watched the live, and I was going through it just to see what was going on. We weren't sure what with our stuff coming up, and we kind of talked too, in the back end. So wanted to hear what was going on with everything, and in 5 minutes I knew what was going on. Yeah. But a lot of people saw the title, they saw the headlines, and then they kind of ran with it. So.
It was just cool. It was a cool gauge of interest in the trip overall. I mean, I didn't know Razor Rays was gonna do a whole live on it, saying this, saying that. Like that was kind of over D. Like he just took it upon himself to just go super, super hard with the whole cancel the trip. Even in the title of my live, it say I'm rescheduling the trip. Just I had pushed the trip back, but people just jumped off the clip so crazy. But I just a lot of the people that donated surprisingly really didn't hit me up about it or anything. It just was a lot of people. I didn't realize so many people was looking forward to the trip itself. So it's just it's a good feeling to have so many people looking forward to your trip for sure. Like it's dope. I ain't gonna lie, for sure. Because I hadn't lost really. I wasn't really like I'm like, do niggas even really care still, because you go through so many phases of like, oh, it's a trip lit, it's a trip, it's nice to have that you know, that reassurance that niggas is really locked in with you. And yesterday was a example.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Rello.
No, I was just saying, like, yesterday basically solidified, you know, that people is locked in with me as far as with this Thailand trip. I just, you know, the anticipation is over the top, long story short. So I'm excited. You know, we talked on the back end about our stuff that we was doing. So I'm here today to kind of iron out the last few details of what, you know, I need to do. Basically,
All right.
got a little bit of some
My bad.
feedback.
Okay. So you're here to iron. You said iron out the details. Okay. Yeah, man.
Shout out to the child. I'm gonna read the second super chat after Rello gets off, just so we can keep it on topic. But he said in the beginning of the live chat, he tried to flip the money. I guess he was joking at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you were supposed to watch up until the point to where I said, you know, I'm just fucking around. Like, man, like if some people only watch the first 10, 15 minutes of a live and then cut it off, of course you're gonna have some bad information. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it goes to show you, like, you know, just I don't know, man. Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining, I feel like, in this space. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good marketing strategy. I think people, like I said, the people that popped in real quick and was like, oh shit, I knew that was going to happen, right? It kind of flip flopped. So I think it worked for some people. I think some people are probably pissed off that you actually did it, you know, like you trolled. But I think overall, you know what I'm saying, it got people tuning in, and I think it was 200-300 people in the live. So, hey, man, that's what people are here for, man.
I didn't lie. I did reschedule the trip. People really just jumped off the cliff and like went with the whole canceling thing. That's what made it so.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been lying if I would have said I'm canceling the trip. That would have been an all-out troll. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally did push back the trip. So no, I haven't done anything that was like actually. I didn't technically really be untruthful. I did push the trip back, but people took it like I was rescheduling it to, you know, for some crazy 2026 type of date. And it just was literally like 5 days from what I was originally going. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, you know, it's all good for entertainment, long story short. Let's do it.
Yeah. So guys, we do have some upsetting news, okay? Potentially, because so Rello and Mentuition was supposed to do a joint collaboration here in Thailand. And we had some things come up. Rello had to move his trip up, so he had some things he needed to take care of. And then we have some things that we have to take care of. And so basically, when around the time Rello gets here, we're probably going to be headed to the next country or headed out. So we wanted to talk to the people because we wanted to see what, you know, and Rello will address it on his show too, but we got to figure out what the subs want. And if the subs have any suggestions on what we can do, because we may not cross paths. I was suggesting to Rello, like, maybe he could come earlier if the support is there from his channel, from his subs, because his subs sort of send him where they want him to go, and they dictate kind of what he is going to be doing to some degree. So we wanted to ask our subs and people who are watching now, what should we do? Could Rello, you know, change his itinerary? How much is that going to cost? We looked into extending our trip. I'm bummed out because we've been talking about this. I have, what do we have over there? How many luggages? We probably have like 10 luggages over here, 2 of which are full of cords and cables and cameras. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm really going to do it. So I have everything we need to make some crazy fire content, chat. But I think Rello was originally coming on the 8th, which was that was this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah, next, yeah.
Yeah. And chat, basically, I guess some things, you know, Rello has some things he had to move around, or maybe some fundraisers he needed to do, whatever. And he moved it to the 12th, but we didn't know. And then I heard his live the other day, and he was like, you know, I'm be there on the 12th. And I'm like, 12th? I'm like, fuck. So basically, we may end up not really being able to cross paths or shoot any content. So chat, we need y'all to, you know, well, first, Rello, let me give you a moment to kind of touch on it, and then we can kind of see if the subs have any kind of solution of what we could do. And then anybody watching this on the playback, I know we're late on the show today, so it's not as many people watching, but also y'all can leave a comment if y'all have any, you know, suggestions or what you're, you know, what you think we should do. But Rello, can you I guess give the people kind of a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, basically what happened was I guess in you know that old saying, we kind of got our wires crossed. Originally you guys were supposed to be staying longer in Pattaya specifically, so this wouldn't be, you know, outcome of basically you know, a potential outcome. I, you know, from what you guys were saying, I was thinking we was gonna have more than enough time to actually link up and shoot some content. And by me pushing my days back from the 8th was just giving me enough time to make sure I had all of my ducks in a row. Because like I said, I got a 17-day trip myself, you know, so everything on from scheduling wise looked it on the up and up. But you know, I don't know what particular situation happened with you guys to where you guys had to you know, cut your trip shorter than you guys originally planned. But I know things happen, so I'm open to it. It's just the time frame is gonna be so short notice. My only thinking is by me just being kind of constrained with how the subs basically got me, it's kind of like I would have to see if it meant that much to them if they wanted to actually, because I mean, I would have to push it up to literally, you know, this Saturday, you know what I'm saying, to basically make the actual trip. And, you know, I got to push the fundraiser up, push the flight up. It's just, you know how I got things set up right now. It's just, it's set up, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if it, I mean, it means a lot to me. Like I would love to meet you guys, even if we just had 2 or 3 days to get our shit off. I could see the value in it. I just don't know if the subs gonna see the value in it. Cause I talked to a few people and they were like, whatever, and they was like, you know, is it really worth doing this? But I'm thinking in my head, hell yeah. But I'm, like I said, I'm at the mercy of, you know, how my subs feel about it. That's why I kind of wanted to do like a joint type of live to where we could just get across the situation to see if they really cared enough to really, because like I said, it's really up to the sub. They donate the money, they pay for the flight, they pay for the B&B. As much as I would like to say, fuck it, let's just shoot out there, it's like I already got my soldiers already in the position to be like, don't, because my fucking, I set up my donation for my pocket money ain't even to Friday, so I'm kind of in a situation where I would be springing a goddamn fundraiser on them tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those things where they might have been ready to donate for a February 8th date, which originally was the date, but originally we had pushed it to the 12th because we was under the assumption that you guys were still going to be out there until the, you know, to the 20th at least. So, I mean, I just want to see if it seemed like if it's a monetary situation, we might could work it out to where it might be better off if y'all could stay longer some type of way rather than.
I wish, bro. We've looked at the flights. Basically, chat, Rello had to cut, you know, push his trip further to come here, and we had to cut our trip short. In a nutshell is what happened. It wasn't really supposed to be that way. But it is what it is. We're gonna, like I said, I think we should gauge what the subs want, especially what your subs want to see. We won't be able to really extend it, unfortunately, but maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel where the subs are like, you know what? Because the thing is, Rello, I think that they needed to see it to believe it. that's the thing. In their mind, even the doubters are probably like, well, we could do without it. Yeah, because you never really seen it happen. So that's why to me it was so crucial for us to link. But I mean,
Right,
look,
and
if
that's
it
the
doesn't,
thing, and that's the tough part about it, because even when I get there, it's really only gonna be 3 days in town. Not saying that we couldn't get a lot done with 3 days, because 3 days is still a nice amount of time, but it's just like, damn, like I was
yeah,
looking forward to hopefully having at least a week, so we wasn't really running around like chickens with our head cut off. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of
yeah,
those things, like, damn, like y'all cutting y'all trips so much shorter. You know, like if I would have knew that, I would have damn near pushed it. You said I would have left it on the 8th and just made my sacrifices on the back end. But you guys didn't
yeah.
let me know.
The,
You guys were shortening it up, and I know things come up.
we
It just
we
was
didn't
one of those
even we didn't
situations. Like,
know. And to be honest, like I said, the last thing I remember is me and you talking, or maybe it was on one of your lives, and you were like, from what I remember, again, that could be wrong. I booked it. The 8th is the date. Like, I'm just thinking, me and him were on the back and like, yo, 8th, Rello be here. We're gonna gear up, make sure we're in Patia. Like, we had everything kind of scheduled out to make sure we were there. So I mean, at this point, look, if the stars align and we can figure it out, cool. If not, I don't think it's a net negative. I think that maybe even having 2 or 3 days, that would be dope. But it'd have been nice to have the actual time we were gonna have. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
just a series. It's just unfortunate things came up last minute, and there's really like it's emergency type shit that we just have to, you know what I'm saying, do what we got to do. But I'll say this, Rello, I think that it's still worth asking the subs, your subs, to see if they want to see it, like collectively when you do your next live, just to see what they say and looking into it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because what can hurt out of people making content? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a gain in my point if we're making good content and we're actually, doing some cool shit. International, did you have anything that you wanted to add in? Because I wanted to make sure you before we.
I just haven't been talking because my it's on like an echo. It's on a delay and an echo.
Okay.
But
he has his earpiece in, guys.
It's throwing me off. But yeah, I would love to do the collaborations. I think that 2-3 days would be more than enough time to get some quality footage out together, and we would have all the live stream shit worked out. We got the batteries. Like we were bummed out. We were at the airport. We showed the video on one of the other streams, and maybe we'll pull it up in a second. Like we were going through TSA, and they took like Steve's $700 batteries from his live stream. So they confiscated that. We couldn't fly with it. And Steve was like bummed out. He's like, man, we promised all this stuff. And we even got that worked out because we were like, we got to get this up. We promised them we were going to do it. So we got that worked out. And we're really looking forward to it. And then just all of this stuff happened last minute, and we had to cut the trip short, unfortunately. So definitely want to make this happen any way possible if it can happen. And I agree with Steve. Like I say, gauge the interest of your subs doing it, but I think, like Steve said, it would have had to be something that they actually saw before they believed it. Like that,
yeah,
this is crazy.
they which may be a good thing if it doesn't happen. It's a good thing that they didn't see it and it wasn't like a day or two's worth of just lies, and then it's like, oh shit, like I would rather us on another trip that we do meet up again if we can't make this work and just do it. It's not that it's off the table completely, but if we're not here, you're not here, or you're here and we're not here. It is what it is. It sucks, but shit happens. You know what I'm saying? At least if it doesn't happen, we've asked the subs if they really want it to happen. If they really want to see it, they'll push it, and if not, cool. We'll figure it out from there.
I mean, of course, I'll still run it across the subs and stuff, but I mean, being that this happened and it's so unfortunate, maybe we could look in the future, maybe like an actual concentrated, trip together, to where we could put it to, you know what I'm saying, where we could actually have a solidified trip that we could be like, all right, maybe we gonna go here for 4 days and see, can we get ours? Because we linked up, slightly up in CTG when we first met up on the beach and stuff, but we wasn't really doing no actual content out there in Thailand. I was really gonna be like
Yeah.
dropping, like, you know what I'm saying? You know how CTG is. It's like kind of one of those things, but Thailand, I was really gonna be like dropping. Kind of, I'm still gonna be dropping, but I just was really
Yeah.
like linking up with you guys out there was gonna be really, it was a bulletin point. So I mean, I'm still open to it.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking about the time, what I would have to do with the flight, pushing it up, and I'm just thinking, about how dedicated you guys are to it, because it just seems like the way I got shit set up, it just seems like I just really wish you guys had just a few more days in town, so it wasn't like, because the odds of just me coming in when y'all are leaving on that date is just so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just super, super crazy for sure. Like, even if we
Don't worry
had
about
like
it.
1 or
Says
2 days.
relying on Rello is no bueno. Nah, it wasn't about that, bro. We just the stars didn't align. Don't worry. But Rello got a couple people like, yeah. Nah, it really wasn't anyone's fault here, guys. But don't worry about it. We appreciate your comment. Really, it was just us trying to,
I mean,
we
because
were trying to make
originally,
content. And
because originally you guys were supposed to be there to the 22nd, right? That's what I thought.
yeah. We were supposed to be here longer, guys. And then Rello said the 8th, but even when we talked, he said like he's gonna try to come in between the 8th, and he gave us a range, and then I thought it was 8th, but it wouldn't have mattered if we were here. So regardless, we had to, we had some stuff come up on our end here, and it's really nobody's fault, man. We're just we just gotta figure it out, and if we can't, then we'll,
I'll
look,
still
guys,
talk
it's
to my subs tomorrow about it, because it it's just, I got a few pieces of equipment that I'm waiting to still come, that like had to be ordered, so it wasn't, I had to push the trip back. It was a few reasons. It wasn't just, I pushed the trip back because I wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was
yeah,
legit reasons why I had to actually push the trip back. I'm waiting on a few things to happen on the back end. So I had my reasons for pushing the trip back. So, I mean, the fact that you guys had some unforeseen circumstances happen, it's just those working in conjunctions with each other kind of got us in this position where it's like, damn, we actually probably
yeah,
might miss each other. But I'm still trying to work the numbers, because pushing the trip up till this Saturday might still be actionable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
right.
still, it's still on the table. I mean, I'm gonna let you guys know if it's gonna be a no go or not. But I definitely
Yeah.
100% was looking forward to linking up with you guys and making some fire content out there in Thailand.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So chat, man, Rello will talk to his subs. We'll try to see again what we can do on our end. I'll keep looking at flights, and we'll see what we can do. I mean, but otherwise, Rello, I hope if we can't cross paths, your trip is lit. We'll give you the game and sauce that we have. Anything that we have going on. Like that we know we can tell you to go to or check out. You feel me? Like, just so
I
when
got
you come, your
questions on
trip
this
is a lot
live
better.
right now, basically.
What'd you say?
I got some questions on this live right now.
Yeah. What you got?
So y'all haven't actually been to Pattaya as of yet, right? Or
Right. Yeah. We went to Japan, Phuket, and then Bangkok, but we'll be in Pattaya next. Yep.
so
We haven't been there yet.
y'all are in Bangkok now. So I mean, give us a little bit of the Bangkok experience, a little bit, basically.
Yeah, man. So Bangkok it's lit, man. But I'll say the good and I'll say the bad, and then I'll say the good. So the bad is it's extremely hot. Like really, 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 really hot. Like you really need to make sure you're hydrated here. You know what I'm saying? And they're in their peak month and their summer months, and it's just hot, right? So just that alone, you know, just walking around doing stuff. Maybe if you're out on the beach, you just need to
Hotter
understand,
than
like,
CCG?
yeah, yeah. Like it's that hot to me, but hotter. Like it's because it's like a. And then the fucked up part about Bangkok right now is there's a smog over the city because I think the farmers are crop burning or something, or it's like some pollution. So when you fly into Bangkok, it looks like there's a cloud, like almost like but it's not really a cloud. It's pollution. It's like smog, and so people are coughing. It's a little bit unpleasant in certain spots where the pollution's bad. So that's annoying, right? Those are the two bad things. And then the third thing is they try to get over on you. They try to do this in every place, but they try to get you to do these tours and do all this stuff, and then basically they're ripping you off. They take you to some, you know, bullshit ass place. You're there for 20 minutes and then, oh, it's time to go home, and you just got charged like 30 or 40 bucks. So I would say watch out for the scammers and people trying to get you to buy things or whatever, and go on tours that you don't need to go on. Understand it's super hot right now. And then the pollution here. If you have bad allergies in Bangkok or whatever, and you may need to second guess that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bad. But the good about Bangkok, bro, is it's lit. There's a lot of different people here. Like you got, you know, obviously the Thai women, you got Japanese women, you got black, you got chicks from Iran, you got chicks from Turkey. But the clubs here are hybrid clubs. So there's pros in the clubs, but there's also regular girls in the clubs. It reminds me a little bit of like a Brazil where you'll walk in and, you know what I'm saying, you won't really know if they're working or not. You kind of have to gauge it, you know what I'm saying? But there's some baddies. And then there's some chicks from Africa here. Like I was surprised. Like there's a lot of chicks from like Tanzania and Nigeria here. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, that's lit. Obviously, the food is really good. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to the massage parlors and do all of that, you could do that too. But yeah, it's lit. It's lit so far. I'm liking so far. Japan and Bangkok are the best. Phuket we could have did without. It was just an extra money that, you know what I'm saying, like time that we didn't really need to go there. If you go to Phuket, stay in Patong Beach. Don't stay anywhere else. Everywhere else is old people. It's literally people like 60s, 70s, retirement. You know, there's no baddies. Like you have to be in Patong to see all the baddies, and or do the tours there. But even the tours there are kind of bullshit. But at least there's islands. It's a lot more scenic in Phuket. But you know, if it were me, I would have just came from Japan straight to Bangkok, stayed in Bangkok the whole time, and then maybe hit Pattaya. Those are the three places you really need to hit, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's some baddies, bro. Like you're gonna find what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't come all the way out here just to get a chick not from here though. Like I feel like if Rello comes out, Rello needs to get some Thai chicks. Because you can come out here, Rello, and get black girls, chicks from Nigeria, you know what I'm saying, Nigeria and all. Nah, like even though they might had a body type and this that you want, they're gonna be acting like just like the girls act in those prospective countries per se. I would say, even if you see something that's exotic, unless she's super, super bad, like don't, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do a stream with a chick, get a Thai chick because they are fun. You can find some that are fun and got a lot of energy. They like to dance. What's cool about Bangkok is there's hip hop clubs here in Bangkok and Phuket, and they fuck with black people. So you can automatically assume that if you're bagging either a pro or a regular John out of a regular chick out of these clubs, that they fuck with niggas, like they fuck with black people. Otherwise, you're gonna go to a club and be like, oh, okay, is she feeling me? Is she not feeling me? I don't know. You can riz her, of course, but when you go to the hip hop spots or whatever it is, little dance hall, Afrobeat spots, you're gonna get those girls that just are naturally attracted to black dudes, and they're gonna turn up. You feel me?
Yeah, and that's the tricky part that I think Thailand is actually going to be way less expensive than I actually predicted, because I've been scouring YouTube And I just literally, I'm having a tough time finding that genuine burning desire for those chicks out there. I literally came across maybe a handful of Thai chicks that I was like, all right, she's actually attractive enough that I would be like, all right, here's my debit card information. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those things where I just I'm not going to a place where I'm gonna be like, I can't even control myself. It's not gonna give me like that Sasua vibe where I just, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I watch a video on Sasua and I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting that from Bangkok. It's giving more like needle in a haystack. When I find something I like, I'm really gonna like her and she's really gonna be like super tough. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I think Bangkok actually gonna be more cost effective than my early predictions, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Just from that aspect of like dealing with the chicks, because it's just not a lot that I actually really damn near want to fuck. I mean, unless y'all are seeing some stuff that I'm like, you know, not seeing, which I'm pretty sure y'all are seeing stuff that I'm not seeing that YouTube's not able to capture. But I'm thinking when I get boots on ground, I just think like maybe I might be able to find like less than 5 girls where I'm like, I actually found some girls that's tough as fuck out here. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see, you know. So
yeah. No, there's some diamonds in the rough, man. It put it like this: it's not a Colombia, it's not a Brazil. It doesn't measure up. The chicks aren't ugly. There's baddies here. There's 8s and 9s and 10s, of course. Typically, though, the most pretty girls are taken, or they're harder to get. I saw a couple that were just working at like we were at a bar yesterday before we went out to Sugar. There was a really good looking chick that she was like one of the server girls. You know, but a lot of them might either have boyfriends or they are maybe attainable, but they only look for one specific kind of guy or rich, super rich guy. Like here in Bangkok, you're still going to see some nicer cars. It's not just a bunch of poor people. So there are people that got real money here. Shout out to Ozzy. He said Austin Holloman was with a South African chick in Thailand. Yeah, they're here. A lot of African girls are here in Bangkok. He also had the redhead Thai chick, Kate. Yeah, I remember the thick Thai chick he had. Yeah. There's a little everything. I found a couple that got wagons, like a black chick got ass. So they're here. But you know, the question would be, are they attainable? Where are you meeting them at? Can you get them on the live stream? There's a whole bunch of different factors that I think the chat and your supporters, Rello, and even ours don't understand, that it's getting the girl and then getting her to be on camera and then her being lit and then actually being a good live. There's so many things that have to align. So, but I think, like I said, if we don't cross paths, I think you will have a great trip. Bangkok and Pattaya are the moves for sure. And we'll know more about Pattaya when we get there. We're going to see if we can link up with some other YouTubers while we're here, but we'll see, man. We've been shaking and moving. And like I said, it's been so crazy just running around. We really haven't had time to really do too much.
Okay, so I got a few more questions because I know you guys got to get back to your show. But
yes, sir.
Okay, so based on what you know now about Bangkok, how many days would you suggest I do to get the full gist of everything, basically?
I would stay at least, what do you think, Alex? A week? Yeah.
At least a week.
At least a week. Like a you could do like a weekend to weekend, like a Friday to Friday. I wouldn't do Monday to like
I'd say Thursday to maybe a Thursday to Thursday, maybe. Or
yeah. That'd be good. I don't know how you're going to chop it, but yeah, like a Thursday to another Thursday, you'll be good.
You need like 24 hours just to kind of like get settled, and you're going to be super jet lagged.
Yeah.
We got some tips on that. We'll talk to you kind of about that and what to do. We stayed up for like 24 hours, over 24 hours beforehand, so that really helped. Slept on the plane. The plane ride was actually wasn't
that bad.
It wasn't bad at all. Like, I could have probably stayed on for another 6-7 hours.
Yeah, and I'd have been good. I didn't even have to get up really and like stretch my legs on the flight.
We had good seats though. We had Comfort Plus. So.
Yeah. But yeah, 7 like a Thursday to Thursday, basically.
Okay, because I pretty pretty much already got 4 days solidified, but I didn't really see the way I had my trip set up. I was going to do a lot of time in Pattaya, but I'm still, my trip is still modifiable. It's nothing's like amount of days I'm actually staying in town. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like playing with different possibilities because, you know, it's always a possibility. You could like Pattaya more than Bangkok, or you could like Bangkok more than Pattaya. So I'm kind of in this spot now where I'm like, it's still a possibility I might like one over the other. So it's kind of like, I just want to give the best I can. You know what I'm saying? So I just man, I just, from what I'm seeing on YouTube, it's just, I gotta really get there to feel it.
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
be here to really
did you guys
see
struggle with that? Because that's kind of my main question. Like, you visit these countries, like, do you ever, from watching the footage, like, you could tell, like, this place isn't for me, right? You get what I'm trying to say, basically? Like, until you get there and feel it and be like, oh, I actually like this atmosphere now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, do you guys struggle with that when y'all watch, like, stuff, or what? Basically.
No, I mean, honestly, bro, I like it here. I like Bangkok. I really, I mean, this isn't, you know, this is a little bit off what we're saying, but I really like Japan a lot. But now that I'm in Bangkok, I think Bangkok would be like the one spot that I would say I could live here. Like, I feel like I could actually like get a property here and stay here. If they can clean up the smog, which is a fairly new thing, that it wasn't always that polluted like that, I think it'd be great. I mean, the food is cheap. There's a lot of different women that you can choose from. You could probably get a spot for the low here. So I think this is a good location. And I don't feel like I'm out of place per se. I don't feel like people are staring at me. People are just used to tourists in Bangkok, so nobody's really worried about it. But yeah, it in my opinion, is cool. Like, I don't feel any bad malice from the people, like, and I feel like we can communicate. Like, most of them speak English, or they understand some English. Yeah, so it's not, you don't got to speak Thai per se to make it here.
So I mean, we haven't really spoke about like the risibility. Like, do you guys, like, when y'all go out, are y'all always thinking I'm gonna pull something off the muscle, or are y'all kind of in the spot where y'all like, you know, I might have to PayPal some shit too? Like, how do y'all handle that aspect of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like
as far as Riz, like, for me, anytime I see somebody that I think is attractive, I always shoot. So whether I'm out or whatever, I shoot. But you know, sometimes you strike out. Not everybody's always going to have their best days or whatever. Then, you know, if it's only this much to get the job done, cool. But the first course of action with me is always trying to, you know, I don't really like doing a bunch of P for P. Like, I'll do some, like, occasionally, like I said, but I don't like doing a bunch because there's a bunch of problems, especially in countries like Colombia, Brazil. If you keep, the more you keep trying to P for P with different chicks and run through them, the more likely you are to have issues with your stuff getting stolen, you know, you getting stuff, your drink spiked, or that kind of stuff. I'd rather just, you know, just riz something up off the muscle personally. But you know, you do have those nights where you strike out and you do want something still. So we don't shame people really on our channel, even if all you do is P for P, unless that's the only way that you can get chicks for P is P for P. If that's the only way you could get chicks and that's kind of like what you have to do, then you have a problem. But if you do it here and there, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, the risibility is not difficult, bro. I mean, you can go. I was flirting with mad Thai chicks, and the response was always good. If they got
numbers,
if they weren't interested, then they just wouldn't, you know, hit you. They'd say no thanks. Or if you texted them and maybe things didn't align,
you know, cool. She just doesn't hit you back. You don't hit her back. But I haven't dealt with any like nuclear rejections, girls being assholes. Even the girls that I've met that aren't from Thailand are more susceptible to being cool. Even the American chicks that you meet here, you know, will be more susceptible because they're on vacation. But as far as the Thai women go, you just got to gauge it. They'll smile at you. They'll look at you. They'll give you choosing signals. They're shy. Japanese girls are shy too. Like they're very like, you just gotta, you know, but also I think too, Rello, is you gotta have Riz, but also be funny a little bit too. You know, you can do things like hand gestures or whatever to make her laugh. You don't need to speak the language all the time to make a female laugh. Like if you know what I'm saying? Like yesterday I was talking to some Thai chick and I was trying to get the Wi-Fi and she was like, she said 10,000 baht or some ridiculous amount of money. And I was like, yeah, I said some crazy shit to her. Like, I don't even remember, but we were just, it was like loose flirting, but it was kind of like, definitely Riz, get her number. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that hard and she was being cool about it. Now she did work in the club and she's usually around tourists and also black people. That's why I said I'm going to clubs where I know that the Thai chicks are more like into us. But even then, I've seen Riz Thai chicks just off the muscle at the airport. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Japanese chicks at the airport, Colombian chicks at the airport. So it's doable, bro. It's doable. You just gotta shoot the shot and know at least they're not gonna be like some of these chicks in these Western countries where they're just like giving you that look. They'll be cool about it. So if you know you can talk to a chick and she's not going to nuclear reject you, you might as well shoot every shot.
Okay, I got a few more questions. I'm glad you guys have some good answers. This has been a good discussion tonight for sure. So
before your next question, we had one in the chat from one of our big supporters, 916. Shout out to him. He said, "How y'all dealing with that heat in Asia?" Said, I can't stand being hot with the humidity because that shit is burning hot. So yeah, that heat gets to you.
It got to me.
You know, you gotta wear a hat, you gotta dress light clothes, you know, that kind of stuff. We're in AC for the most part. You know, all the buildings have it, the cars have it. Mm-hmm. But it's, you know, you definitely got to prepare for it. Wear sunscreen, all that stuff. Even if you're black people would be like, I don't need sunscreen. Yeah. You know, wear that sunscreen, stay hydrated, as they said. I drink a lot of coconut water. That gets you hydrated a lot faster. Yeah, they have coconut water here, guys. And that's, you know, you get that pretty much anywhere. So those types of things help. Yeah. I'm sun drunk. I am sun drunk right now. Okay. Sun drunk. If I go outside right now, guys, I could probably be out there for maybe 20 or 30 minutes and I'll feel like shit. So yesterday I got heat. I didn't say a heat stroke, but I got real severe heat exhaustion yesterday because we were out walking the sleeping Buddha and all this stuff. I didn't have no hat on. And yeah, I was ready to go after about a couple hours. I was like, yo, I got to get to the crib. Like, I need water. Like, it was bad. So now I'm recovering from that. And it's probably going to take another 24 to 48 hours. So the heat here is crazy. It's different than the heat in Colombia. It's different than the heat in Miami. We have days in Miami where you can't go outside. They'll say, it's almost like, think of going to Antarctica, guys, like where it's super cold. It's like getting frostbitten, but you're like heat bitten. So you're out and it's like you're in a desert and it feels like you're not in a desert. You're in the city of Bangkok. But what I'm saying is if you don't have any shade, it's like being out in negative 30-degree weather. It's like the inverse. It's just too hot. So my skin was burning yesterday. My head was hurting. I was super tired. So yeah, this Asia heat is a different kind of heat. I said that earlier, just when I was talking to Rello about the negatives. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, if you're used to being out in the heat, you'll probably be fine. But for me, I just don't be outside like I used to when I was fucking younger. So it just hit me all at once. And so now I'm chilling inside and I'll probably be inside for most of the day until it gets dark.
Okay, so when y'all say heat, are y'all saying like heat like just hot, or are y'all saying like hot to where your shirt is sweat with soap, like with sweat type hot? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I personally don't sweat a lot. Hots, basically.
Yeah, I personally don't sweat a lot, but Al could probably.
Nah, it's not. It wasn't that bad for me, to be honest. And I typically get hot super easily, being a bigger dude. I actually hate Cartagena's climate because that's way too hot and way too humid. It's not that humid here. It's more so like a Las Vegas heat as opposed to like a Miami heat.
Yeah, dry
Okay,
heat.
I get you.
But when we say hot, it's the sun is blazing. You could feel your skin getting hot. You're not sweating, but if you're out with no hat on and you're just walking around or doing anything active, walking is still active, and you're doing it for at least 30 minutes to an hour, after you go inside, you're probably gonna feel tired. Like it's gonna hit you. And
Right.
yesterday it hit me pretty bad. So I'm just gonna take it easy today, to keep it honest. But I think you'll be fine, Rello. I mean, like I said, we're telling you all this because just so you know what I'm saying? It could actually fuck up your trip if you end up getting it literally could fuck up your trip if you're out in the heat at the wrong time.
Okay. But I mean, is there anything else that you guys want to mention? I mean, I got just a few more anecdotal questions I wanted to ask, but is anything like more pertinent that you guys wanted to speak on before I ask my last few questions? Because I mean, my last few questions are just like stuff that maybe you guys maybe could speak on, but maybe not can speak on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Basically.
Well, no. Go ahead with the questions, because
Okay.
I think
Okay. So all right. So as far as like dealing with the chicks, right? I've realized like sometimes, I don't know if y'all personally experienced this before, but you will talk to a chick, you will think you a regular Risoner, and then you found out later she actually was a PayPal account. Are you guys experiencing that a lot, or what you guys like? Like, I mean, like, is that a common occurrence? Have you experienced it one time, or are you knowing right off bat, like, these girls is a worker, or I thought she was a regular girl and found out she hit me with a price after we started talking in the WhatsApp? Or like, can you speak on that a little bit, or has it just been I've been knowing this girl's a regular, this girl's a worker type thing? You get what I'm saying?
Without giving away too much sauce on it, I'll say, that happens. There are specific situations where it's more and less likely, but you can find a girl, depending on where you are and where you're looking, you can have a pretty high percentage that she's not going to hit you with that. But we also have what we call the flip-floppers that aren't doing it, but then they know that they could get something out of you, and then they turn into it. So does it happen here, and has it happened? Yes, I'll say that it has happened for us. But I think, we can talk more in the back end, and I can give you like, more game on that, because we're going to save that full discussion for our Patreon members, where we talk about avoiding that, but also where you're going to see it and how to catch it quickly. But to answer your question, yeah, for sure it happens, and it happened. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so this will be my last one, because I'm gonna let you guys get back to the show. I appreciate you guys having me on and taking your time out. So, it sounds like y'all having a good time in Bangkok. So, I mean, your early predictions, are y'all feeling like y'all are gonna like Bangkok more than Pattaya, or you feel like maybe you probably gonna like Pattaya more than Bangkok at this point? What are you guys thinking, basically?
You can go ahead, Al, because I don't even know about that one yet. But
I like big cities. I like big cities because, like, our boy just went out. He walked up the street, grabbed a coffee. Like, it's literally like right there. Everything's right there. You got the pharmacy. You got you could get waters or whatever you need. The restaurant. We went to a restaurant, literally took 10 steps out of our Airbnb, had this fire ass Thai restaurant. We've been going there every day, and we get it's actually cheaper than like McDonald's. Like, it's cheaper than McDonald's, but the food is restaurant quality. Like, they got like 4.8 stars out of like 14,000 people, right? And we've been getting these chicken dishes or whatever. We each get like an appetizer, a meal, drinks, beers, all that shit. And it's like $10 a head. Like
$30 total.
It's $10 a head
for 3 people.
For 3 people. Crazy. So I like being in cities where you can just go. It's like kind of like in the sense of a New York City. You walk downstairs from your B&B, everything's right there, whatever you need. We're talking about hitting the gym, all that stuff. Like it's all right there. So I like that a lot better than being at an Airbnb where it takes you 20 minutes to get here, 30 minutes to get here. I will say that Phuket was cool because it had some iconic views. They had islands that were in the James Bond movies that we went to go see. There's a lot of like island shit to do. I like being on the water, going out on boats, shit like that. Going out on the boat here in the river is so polluted. Like people were throwing trash in the like. Yeah, it's Bangkok crazy.
Is dirtier.
It's crazy, but I prefer Bangkok a little bit better over Phuket right now. I'm interested to see Pattaya in a few days.
What do you think is going to be better though? What's your early prediction? Do you think you're going to like it better?
I think I'll probably like Pattaya the best just because you're going to get the best of both worlds. I think that you're going to get that big city feel, but then you're also going to get the beach, which reminds me of a Rio.
And you're going to get the hoes.
Yeah. So
more hoes.
Like, but for me, like I said, like I'd rather Riz a chick. So like the host being there doesn't really entice me all crazy. Like, you know, I could do it. I'd rather hit the Philippines or hit Bali and just get a girl and just be kicking it with her as opposed to just running through Soy 6 and, you know, hitting the bar shit don't really entice me crazy.
But you have to make
it's necessary.
It is nice to have the hose though, Al.
It is nice to have the hose just for
right, but
you know
what? You know what though?
Like
but
said, it's
but you know what the thing is? You know what it is? It's people like Al that probably like kind of more towards like me where I like the actual hunt and the actual risibility versus I feel like we in this space where guys are just infatuated with the PayPal aspect of stuff. So it's kind of like I can do PayPal, but that's my default. You know what I'm saying? That's my break in case of emergency glass where these guys, this is their main move. So it's kind of like I definitely get you. Whereas like I like to read shit. Whereas like, you know, you might favor one spot over that just for the fact of the risibility of the area. You get what I'm saying? So that's my only thing about it. It's just like if I get to Pattaya and you just can't riz anything because everything is just set up to be transactional. I'm gonna be like, damn, I could possibly like Bangkok better just because you got the PayPal aspect and you got the risibility so much higher. You get what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm looking at it. I get what you're saying though, Al. You like the weird shit for sure. But so Steve, what's your early predictions? You think you're gonna like Pattaya more than Bangkok just based off what you know about it, or what?
I think I'm gonna like Bangkok more than Pattaya, or Pattaya, however the fuck you say it. Because I think from what I'm hearing from everybody from Bangkok, Pattaya is like only pros. It's not gonna be nothing more. Every girl there is pretty much gonna try to, you know, they're gonna want that PayPal. So, I mean, people who have lived here for years, we met a bunch of people flying here, you know, old people in their 60s and 70s, you know, asking us or even telling us really, nah. They're saying they were saying don't go to Pattaya. But I'm like, nah, we have to go. Like, it's not.
Let me ask you this: do you think Pattaya is going to be? Because they say that, you know, Medellin, Cartagena, those are P for P places, but we go over there and we thrive with not PM for P all the time. We've had several instances, girls on lives, all that stuff, that were regular chicks. Do you think that we would be able to find that in Pattaya, or do you think it's going to be few and far between? Like, do you think?
I think as long as we're not on Soy 6 or one of those like those main places, we'll be able to riz up something, and that's the goal. Anyway, I mean, there's going to be the pros, and if she's super bad, why not? But I think at the same time, you're right. Yeah, it's going to probably be like that where you could still you know, riz something up and get something off the muscle. But I'll say I still think I'm gonna like Bangkok more. I like the fact that it's a hybrid of that here. You know what I mean? Like and I think this city is gonna be more lit. Like I think Pattaya, outside of the soy sixes and all that, not that we can't riz nothing, but the nightlife outside of that's gonna be whack. Like I don't want to always be at a bar with pros. And then when I don't go to the bar with pros, it's like locals or it's whack. Like it's not really. Now again, I'm forecasting. I don't know. I'm sure there may be some clubs, but I feel like Bangkok has everything you need here. And if you want to dabble, you can dabble. And even when you go to some of these clubs, they're in there with the regular people mixed in. So and then you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But from the videos I've seen of Pattaya, it looks like it's definitely gonna be worth it to be there. Anyway. I don't think it's gonna be that much better. Like I don't think it's gonna be like, man, Bangkok was way better. I think it's gonna be like maybe like by a small amount.
For me, it's just gonna really boil down to like which one has better risibility. As y'all know, I'm not really a huge fan of PayPal. I mean, I do PayPal because you know you got to do what you got to do to get what you need. But if it's if it's a combination of badder chicks, but they all PayPal versus badder chicks here, and it's less badder chicks, and there's more risibility in one spot. So it's just I'm interested to see the compare and contrast of both places. Once I get there, I've just been hearing stuff, but you know everybody's experience is different. So I'm just I'm interested to see how it goes, man. I can't wait to get there. I'm gonna keep in touch with you guys and everything I got going on. We're gonna chop it up on the back end, man. I just appreciate you guys having me on tonight for sure. All right.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you for coming on, Rello. We appreciate you, and definitely, you know, when you do your next live, even if it's a small, like I said, you know, chance, see what people say. Maybe somebody will have an idea of what we could do. Even if you know, if the subs want to, like I said, donate something. If they really want to see it, they can see it. But I think that if we can pull it off and somehow make the stars align, I think it would 100% be worth it. And if we can't do it this time, we will do it again in another country for sure.
For sure. All right. All right. I'm gonna keep in touch with y'all. Appreciate y'all having me. I'm gonna hit you. Y'all be safe. Thanks again, guys. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it, bro. You. Peace.
Be safe.
All right, y'all. That was J Rello. Tell your bitch I said hello, man. So yeah, man, guys, we just wanted to let y'all know kind of what was going on. We've been hyping up the J Rello Intuition collab, and he, you know, had to kind of come a little later. We had to cut ours a little short, so we may not cross paths, but it's all good, man. We'll still you know, be tuning in, and he'll be tuning in to our channel, and we'll be helping each other out in any way we can. But yeah, guys, we're gonna jump into the show real quick.
The child said Philippine women look worse than Thai women.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy. For real?
But that's what me and Rello were kind of talking about. Like, we're more so focused on the fact that you can actually go over there and you can bag something. Like, we're not really even and I'm sure that there's baddies. Like my friend's married to a Philippine chick. She's she's pretty. Filipinas are, I mean, they were conquered by Spain, so they're similar to Spanish women, more similar than other Asian countries. But yeah, I want to go to Cambodia too.
Yeah, that's where the little darker ones, right?
Yeah, that's where you're gonna get the darker joints with more bodies. But yeah, that's gonna be on the next Asian tour that we do. Is definitely Cambodia is gonna be on there. Philippines, I don't know if we're gonna have time to make it this trip. That's probably gonna have to go on there. But yeah, we'll that's why I was saying more so Philippines over Pattaya. If it's just strictly going to be 90% P for P, like everybody's saying, and then there's a needle in a haystack somewhere, like I'd rather hit somewhere else. But we're gonna go to Pattaya anyway, just for the content and for y'all, because we have to hit it up.
Someone said, Jamie said, who said don't go to Pattaya? A bunch of locals here, some of which were women, of course they're gonna say don't go. But then there were some dudes too saying don't go. So, but again, these are people that they've probably already been to Pattaya, right? They're saying don't go, but they've probably been there multiple times. They've, you know, been to these clubs, been to Soy Six, and they're saying don't go, because okay, you've been here living here for 5 years. But no, we're gonna go.
Real quick, wanted to address the child's second super chat. Appreciate the support, brother. And I was gonna address it earlier, but we weren't on that topic, and Rello was in here. So now that we are off that topic, and a couple other people had asked too. Shout out to the child. He said the Mavericks traded Luka to the Lakers for AD. Shake my head.
I don't know why.
Might be burned down tonight. I agree. That's one way to kill your fan base, man.
That was dumb.
I was even thinking about it with the Steelers. Like the Steelers, TJ Watt's getting expensive, right? And he's getting up there in age. But you fuck around and trade him, and not after all he's done for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, he's already, I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but it would be like the same as us trading Ben Roethlisberger, like in his prime or something like that. Or, you know, something like that. Just, bro, you trade him for AD? Like, that doesn't even make your team better. Like,
yeah,
that doesn't even make them better. It doesn't, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Luka, like after everything Luka's done, you trade him to the Lakers. That's crazy. I can't even fathom it. I don't have words for it. It didn't make sense in my opinion. Yeah, so I guess it's Kyrie's team now, man. Like it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Shout out to the child. He said the other trips are tougher because you guys already been to the best country, Brazil.
Yeah, that's the way I feel, child. That's the way I feel.
Where's my here it is.
Grinded, hitting Brazilian dance from grinded, hitting Brazilian dance from behind.
Steve, tell them how many women are hitting me up from like Brazil. Like
so many. And yeah, you get a little spoiled in Latin American countries, bro, South American countries. It's not, again, we are not shitting on Asian countries. We had a blast in Japan.
Yeah.
And we're having a blast in Bangkok. It's fun. However, it's just different. It's just
side missions, man.
Yeah.
It's when you're playing GTA and you have the main mission is to be in Brazil forever.
Yeah. We're gonna come back here though. Like
we'll be here.
Yeah, when we're here, guys, in Bangkok and stuff, and like and go to Cambodia and all that, we're gonna keep coming back.
Yes.
Like it's not gonna be this, no. It's just where's home base and where would I rather be around? Like the women I'd rather be around in like just the area of the world. It's gonna be South America. Yeah. It just is what it is, man. Yeah. I can't, you know what I mean?
I love it.
These are side missions. They're definitely necessary. Sometimes you gotta go in GTA, you gotta go take the kid to school or whatever.
Yeah.
Do this and that, but the main mission is to win the game. Like do the main shit, get the money, do the heist.
Yeah.
But yeah, child, man, once I went to Brazil, like it fucked up everything because I was supposed to travel the world. I was planning on in Asia and hitting all these places. And hey, I'm gonna be here this long and I'm gonna do that. And I started off in Brazil and I got stuck and I wasn't fucking leaving. I don't know if you could get me out again. Like if we end up going back for Carnival, I don't know. Like I have a flight booked out. If we go, like we can change it. We can do that stuff. But man, I love it there. There's nothing else that beats it, and I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It is, guys. It is difficult, but you know what we're gonna do is I do have a lot of videos of some beautiful Thai chicks that I took that I'm gonna upload to the YouTube page. And we'll put some more exclusive stuff, obviously, behind the scenes. But if you guys have been watching some of the lives, IRLs, and even some of my stories, those of you who follow me on Instagram, you've seen some baddies and you've seen some women. But me and Al I think we're at the airport, or we were driving through Bangkok in one of our Uber rides, and I'm like, look at all these people. I was like, if we were in Brazil right now or in like Colombia, like, and there were this many women, like, because we're looking at Thai women now, you know, I'm just saying, like, we're looking at people, but then I'm gauging how many women are walking around. I was like, bro, our necks will be broken at this point. There's a lot of younger, you know, 20s, 30s women walking around here in Thailand, but you're hardly ever going, damn. It's more like, oh, she's pretty, she's cute. You know what I mean? I saw one the other day. She had a wagon, like a black girl wagon, and she was like skinny, but like had a fat, but like it's so hard to find that. And then let's just look at the face too. It's not even like a bunch with super pretty faces. There are some, again. I think if you really like Asian chicks, like you're one of those guys that just really likes that type of build, but also just Asian women in general, you'd obviously have a blast in Japan and Bangkok and all these places. You know, if you're a guy who likes, you like women that kind of are very shy, this is a place for you too. The women are definitely very shy here. And I think that, you know, I think most people that are moving to Asian countries, I think they kind of already have an infatuation for Asian women. That's what I'm finding. A lot of guys here have always liked Asian women, or they've dated them back when they were in the States, and they've come here to live here because they just want to be a part of the culture. They moved to Japan because they like anime and they like Asian people and Asian women, right? Like we were in a shop the other day. Some white dude was talking to this Japanese guy, full Japanese. He probably hasn't lived in the States for you know, years, but he was like, you could tell he was like cultured. So, you know, I find that a lot of people that are here were already fucking with the culture before, and they really just were in love with Asian women before they even moved out here. But if you've already, like you said, been to Brazil, been to these places, and you come here after, it's different.
For me, I don't compare it though, like, and be like, oh, Brazil's better than this. Oh, Brazil's better than that. Yeah. I don't compare it, but I know that these are side missions, right? In Peru, dope country. I love it. They have the best food, hands down, out of any place I've ever been in the world. Seeing Machu Picchu was dope, right? All of that shit. But it's a side mission, right? Mm-hmm. South America, or it's gonna be, the main mission is to have Mentuition headquarters all over. And we're gonna be traveling all over, and we'll have headquarters all over. So that's the main mission. And we're going to make it happen. Brazil's probably going to be the country where I spend the most time, but these are all just, like I said, side missions, mm-hmm. but they're fun. Mm-hmm. It's definitely still fun. And I'm happy to be here. Japan was dope, bro. I love Japan. Like mm-hmm. that was one of the dopest countries I've been to. But yeah, Latin America is greater. The child said, facts. I still like seeing you guys travel to different countries. These trips are tough. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why we had to do it. You know, we're not going to be the YouTubers that get stuck in going to Colombia, going to Brazil, going to Thailand, those are the three that we would go to. We can't go to the fourth one. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to be those YouTubers that keep doing that. We're going to sometimes have to spend a lot of time in certain countries, a lot more time, and we'll be there more often, and you know, spending more time in certain places. But then once we can, we're going to hit a bunch of different countries and, you know, see the world as well. We want to be world travelers, and we are world travelers now.
Yeah, it's solidified, guys. We're world travelers.
Yeah. Officially.
Well, once you fly to Japan, Asia. And yeah, you can get over on this side.
Yeah.
Instead of going north and south, you're going east and west. You're starting to hit world traveler vibes and status. And I think that you know, this is only the beginning. We're gonna definitely do maybe another trip this year, of course, and then maybe a bunch more next year. So, but let's jump into the show, guys. We do have some news to go over. Just of some things that have been happening here in the travel streets. Which one did you want to do first?
Before we do, want to say one more thing. Guys, we had mentioned this at the beginning of the show. I want to say it again. A couple of housekeeping things. One, we're planning on a Mentuition meetup our first ever one. We're gonna do it in March around the 16th. We don't have an exact date yet. Anybody that's interested in going around that time, hit us up in the Discord. Tell us what dates work best for you. We'll get everybody together, and and then we'll come up with an exact date. But it's going to be around that time. We're going to do our first official Mentuition meetup. Again, hit us up in Discord. Hit myself or Steve. We're going to probably make a special room for that, talking everything about the trip, and then we'll iron out all the details there. Anybody that's like a VIP member or anything like that, hit me on Discord too and send me your phone number. We have a group, a WhatsApp group. We're going to put you guys in it. You guys will get all the details first on everything that we do. So send me your WhatsApp number and I'll add you into the group. Secondly, we're going to be doing some more fundraisers on our trips, all of that stuff. This traveling is super expensive. So however you guys can support us, whether it's financially or whether it's just liking the video, sharing the content, leaving a comment, all of that stuff helps. But the more that you guys support us, the more that we will be able to do going on these trips. We had all these unexpected expenses. Steve lost $700 worth of camera equipment. Doing all of this stuff. On top of that, we have to carry all these bags with cords, check all of this stuff. We have a whole production that we do with this show. So it's not just as simple as opening a laptop, turning on the camera, going live. Like, it's a whole production. So to keep that level of quality, we are going to be doing some more fundraisers and all of that stuff. And we appreciate whatever you guys can do to support.
100%, man. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll jump into the show. And we do have a video or two we're going to go over today. And then after this live, guys, we are just basically going to sit here and edit and post some things up.
Tell them too about the private. We're gonna do members only on our IRL.
So yeah, guys, we're gonna start doing the IRLs starting as public, but then they're gonna get moved to membership only. Okay, we'll occasionally do some IRLs that stay up, but we're gonna move them. And maybe what we'll do is we'll move the ones that we've done to members only. We'll figure that out, that we've already done, but definitely from here on out, guys, we're going to be moving our IRLs to members only. So become a member of the Mentuition Mafia for $3.99. I'll actually pin the link now, so you guys can sign up. Those of you who are members, shout out to Tuition Mafia for $3.99. There we go. Sorry, guys.
And we're going to be keeping these shows, the Monday, Wednesday, Saturday show. We're going to keep those on the regular channel for everybody to see. We're not going to move those. But the IRLs, we're going to start doing a lot more members only live streams, as well as we'll chop it up with the members. We'll do weekly streams, that kind of thing. Once we get settled and stop traveling as much, we're going to do a lot more of that. And then we're going to just make more content for the members, for the people that support, for the Patreon, for the locals. Just give us some grace. We're operating on a completely different time zone, on the opposite time zone. We still have business we take care of in the States. We work, jobs and do other stuff. So we need as much grace from you guys as possible, just because we're trying to make all this stuff work. So wanted to just let you guys know about those updates. We kind of talked about it at the beginning of the show, but wanted to talk about it again.
Yeah. Guys, I'll post the link to the become a member in a moment. Then the bot will do it in a second. But yeah, man, let's jump into the show real quick, guys.
Two quick comments real quick. And then
okay. Well, hold on before we do this. What are the two we're doing, homies?
I have them in the private chat.
Okay.
So 916 says, thanks for not being those YouTubers that eat American fast food abroad. That udon bomb, right? Yes, we appreciate that recommendation. Yeah, we're not YouTubers. We're not pookies that are gonna just go overseas and eat. I'm gonna stick with my own stuff. I'm not gonna respect culture. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna walk around dress like a pookie. That's like, we don't do any of that stuff. We want the full, we want to embrace the culture. I've never had pad thai before being in Thailand. I do eat some Thai food here and there in the States. But surprisingly, I've never had pad thai before, but over here I was like, I gotta try it. I don't even care what's in it. Like, I don't really eat pork. I don't eat a lot of like crazy seafood or whatever, but I'm like, let me try it. Just because I want like authentic pad thai. And it was crazy. Like, it was crazy bomb. So udon, delicious. Ramen, we were eating that. We had a bunch of other Japanese food, wagyu, authentic wagyu steaks. Yeah, we gotta be, you know, for us personally, we gotta be ingrained in the culture, and we try to learn the culture. We went to the temples. We do the boring shit that everybody says that they want YouTubers to do, but a lot of people don't support. We're still gonna do it anyway, just because we want to get that cultural experience. But you guys support us. The course followers showed up to the live, asking us questions, supporting it. So we appreciate that. And that's all that matters. And I'm just going to read one more. Shout said, I'm not letting that incompetent comment of J Rello go. J Rello is the last person to be calling someone that. Child got that smoke for him because he called him incompetent. So I understand that, you know, but yeah, man. So cool.
It's not in the private chat because
we had to back out.
Yeah,
you had to reset the computer. So they're all right here. Let me see if it lets me copy.
If you redo it, it'll come on my screen.
No diddy.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. So we're gonna do DC one first.
Yeah, we can do his real quick. It's just a couple of things I wanted to comment on. And
all right, guys, let's do one by DC Born Rob real fast, and then we have two more that we're gonna go over. But yeah, guys, ask us any questions you want about Thailand. Since we've been here, just, you know, I answered a bunch of questions for Rello. Again, guys, even though we've been here, you know, a short period of time, we can, again, since we've traveled so much, we can put you guys on things like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. Oh, they're gonna scam you here, right? A lot of people, they'll get scammed and they'll be oblivious. They'll literally be oblivious. They'll come to Thailand 6 times. And every time they come, the same 6 stupid shit will happen to them 6 times, and they'll just fall right into the trap. It may happen to us, right? I told Rello, yeah, that happened to me, and it never is going to happen again, right? Or yeah, they tried that with me, but it didn't work, right? So I want you guys to understand that we're here because those of you who have been here before, y'all are giving us sauce of what to do, but also those of you who want to come in the future, we can tell you what it's like. Okay, that's why we're telling you, yo, it's fucking hot as shit in fucking February here. Like, be careful, right? This is what's gonna happen when you book some of these tours. They're gonna try to rip you off. Be careful. Here's where the girls are. Here's where right. So we're gonna do a breakdown of Thailand. It'll be very baseline. It'll be very basic. And those of you who may have been here before, maybe you won't need to know all of this. But for those of us who are new here, I want the full experience. What people always leave out is how they got ripped off, or, oh, there's a strip club here. Oh, there's some girls here. Oh, right. Men, we need to know everything. We needed to know everything, right? Not just the tourist stuff, because that's easy. It's easy to go to a tour guide and say, where can I go? And then they give you 3 islands. That's easy. Tell me some shit I don't know. Tell me some shit I would want to know so it doesn't happen to me. That's part of the reason why we created this show on the Mentuition Network. Is just really like, men need to help each other out instead of talking shit.
Each other, yeah. Or laughing, or this happened, that happened, haha.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about that too. That goes hand in hand with what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. All right. So here's the video, guys, of DC Born Rob. Let's make sure we can hear it.
What's good, fellas? Hey, I just wanted to jump on right quick and talk about the taxis right quick. I said in the other video, I wanted to do it in a separate video because I've always said, anybody, if you've been watching me for any period of time, know I'm going to take taxis here. I've done it a couple times when I couldn't get an Uber in time, but I have been taking taxis this whole trip. Well, not the whole trip, at least 75% of the time, because here's the thing. Call an Uber, I have canceled so many, and then I found out I'm getting these cancel charges. Normally, if you order an Uber and it says 45 minutes, you can say cancel and choose because the wait's too long. and there's no charge, at least in the States. And, you know, but if you wait 5 minutes or something like that, now the driver's committed and there's like a $4. I don't even know how much it is. I don't pay too much attention to it. But but here's the deal. So I've canceled so many trying to get home. I'm like, man, and then my Wi-Fi was running slow. I mean, my internet was running slow. So I'm like, look, well, after the third day, I realized that in one of the options was taxis. So I don't have a problem with a taxi then because there's no meter and I'm not coming out my pocket with no money. So it's just like an Uber. You just hop in the back instead of hopping in the front. I mean, it's.
So I wanted to pause it there real quick. So DC Rob saying that there is an option when you're ordering your Uber in Colombia to where you can choose taxi as one of the options, and sometimes it's cheaper. Yes, that's better than getting a regular taxi. I do agree with him on that. And it's not only that, it's regulated. That's the most important point. It's a regulated ride where they're going to track, they're going to make sure that, you know, you're going from point A to point B, but you are riding in a taxi. And you don't have to worry about getting ripped off at the meter or them calling the cops or trying to, you know, just charge you crazy prices. So I do agree with him on that. I still would recommend just using a regular Uber driver over a taxi driver just because you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to worry about it. A lot of those taxi drivers are corrupt, unfortunately. So I don't even want to deal with them, even if it is regulated, just because they could still try something. So that's my thoughts on that. What did you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, I still recommend, you know, using Uber, guys. Taxis in Medellin specifically, we've just had some bad run-ins with them. As I told you guys, and as he just said, they're very corrupt. They're selling scopolamine to the girls, to use on the men, to get us caught up. I just don't trust taxi drivers. I don't like taxi drivers anywhere. It's really, I don't like using taxis here in Bangkok. I don't like using taxis in the United States. I just don't like using taxis. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in that taxis have now are all damn near about to go out of business. And we have applications of people driving and they're using their personal cars or maybe even a rented car from Uber or whatever, Lyft to ride you around. And those are more reliable. So, you know, I'm still big on the whole Uber thing.
Yeah.
No matter what they do, no matter, I mean, you can here in Bangkok, you can actually book a taxi through the app.
Yeah. That's what DC was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, well, they have an app here called Grab, guys. And we got some other sauce. We'll add all the apps that you can use to ride around here. But I still wouldn't pick it. Yeah, I still wouldn't pick it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like I'm just not.
Unless it's a last resort.
Yeah,
and you have to. And
if it says the Uber wait is 2 hours or some shit, and only I can get a taxi, sure. But like, just pick a fucking Uber, bro.
Yeah, no, that's I agree 100%. We'll play a little bit more. There was another part that I wanted to go over. But yeah. Oh, shout out to Ozzy. He said, I was watching Razor Rays earlier tonight, and he said he only takes taxis in Colombia and not Uber. I was shocked. Shout out to Razor. I don't know the last time Razor's been to Colombia.
Neither do I.
He was saying that, you know, he kind of stays away from Colombia because it's dangerous. So I'm curious to know when the last time he went, and maybe the last time he went, it was a lot more safe. But I'll say, you know, in 2020, 4 or 5, I think the first time we went was 2022. So I'd say it was probably a lot safer than it is now. There's a lot more scams and schemes going on there now. But even then, you know, we took Uber. We didn't take a taxi. So I'll say, you know, Razor, you know, if he's huge on safety, and he's saying that he won't even go to Colombia right now because it's so dangerous. And, you know, I'd say, you know, for safety, I'd strongly recommend Uber over a taxi. But shout out to him. I know that he went live. I definitely want to check out his show too, because he did go live a couple of times and I haven't been able to catch it or even watch the playback yet. But Shout out to him. That's our guy. Yeah. JCE says, yeah, Uber's only using taxi as a last resort for transportation for me. Yeah, no, I agree 100%, man. It's a last resort. It's an absolute last resort. And that's the only time that I would take it, is if I have to. Like in Brazil, I had to take a taxi because the Uber line was like 2 hours. I took it after going to a football game over in Brazil. And it just made sense then, and I negotiated the price and did all this extra stuff to make sure that I didn't get scammed. But yeah, it's an absolute last resort. All right, so we'll play a little bit more.
Same thing. So I'm guessing if taxis are on Uber, then Uber should be legal, right? Or are taxis sliding through the crack too, making some money? I don't know how this is working, but anyway. But there's one thing there's two things that you need. Number one, when you come to Colombia, this is one thing. I packed everything else, but I didn't bring enough of this. Patience. Man, they're on a different time scale over here. I'm trying to get here by this time. I can rush to get here to the other side. Got to wait for the car. I'm stressing. You know, this is the American way of life, man. We just, come on, man. How much longer is this going to be? We got, 20 minutes for some fried chicken? You know, we got that attitude, and you know it's right. But not just that. If you're going to ride in a taxi, or if you're going to ride in an Uber, and if you're going to ride anywhere around Envigado, up and behind the El Tesoro, all that, man, let me tell you something. I had no idea where I was. I was lost. It turned to the left, and two turn to the right, and one comes to the left, and they all back around, and it works. Nobody argues. Barely anybody will honk the horn. If they do, it's one of them, So I've not heard anybody yell. The stuff they do here in the States will get somebody dealt with. Trust me. But there's one thing you need to bring if you are going to jump in a taxi or an Uber. This right here. You don't want the stress. You need to bring this. And you just sit back and just picture you in a video game. Or maybe you need one of the things.
What the fuck am I watching? What the fuck am I?
That's where I gotta start. Like DC will be on he'll make a couple good points and then he'll just fall off the deep end. Like I don't know what we're talking about at this point. But yeah, bring patience. Yeah, okay. You're getting off the deep end a little bit. But then you just fell completely off. I will say this: do not ever just. You're in an Uber and, just go to sleep and just, you want to be alert at all times. You want to be
alert.
Where's he
driving you? Where you going?
Yeah. And we've had instances in Medellin specifically to where the Uber driver was taking us to the incorrect place or whatever, and he's not following the GPS and he was about to get his ass whooped. It's you got to stay alert. You got to make sure that, you are going the right way, that you are going to your destination. So especially if you're solo traveling, you have to make sure that you're alert at all times, man. 100%. So I strongly disagree with that. Uber should be legal in Medellin, but I agree with him on that point, especially if there's a taxi option. That makes no sense. But the reason why taxis haven't gone out of business is because they're owned by the mob. Like the mob has ties to the taxi companies, and that's the only thing really keeping Yellow Taxi afloat, because it really makes no sense that I'm going to pay this guy that can make up a price wherever I go, or I could pay a standard price that's cheaper with an Uber. Like it really makes no sense.
They try to say it's not made up, but it is.
Yeah.
Because it
I
has
can
a
change
meter.
the price. I can call the cops. I can do whatever I want to. I have all the power than to just take an Uber, which is a lot more reliable, a lot better. You can call it from anywhere. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And some of them guys, the taxis because I remember someone saying in one of my videos, like, oh, they don't have, all the taxis in Medellin have meters. Yeah. But the taxi drivers don't use the meters.
they'll turn their meter off, and then they'll charge you a price to ride like it's an Uber, right? So a lot of you idiots, like, and I forgot to make that point to that guy. This was a while back on our first Mentuition channel before we got banned. He was like, well, there's one thing wrong with what you said. All taxis have meters in them and they wouldn't turn them off. I'm like, yeah, they can turn them off. And even if they can cover them up, they can do whatever they need to do so you can't see it. And then they'll say, where are you going? You guys ever go to the airport in Colombia or anywhere? And a taxi driver comes up and says, where are you going? And then you'll tell him, I'm going to Soy 6. And he'll go, okay, 300 baht, right? He'll just pick a price. He's a taxi driver. You might even hop into an actual taxi, but he's literally charging you whatever he feels like charging you. So again, you might as well at that point take Uber. It just doesn't even make sense to take a taxi.
I mean, and then on top of them making up their own price, like and follow, bruh, it doesn't even make sense to take taxis, bro. To choose to take a taxi, and you know they can run the meters too, and then they can drive you around and act like they're lost, and the meter's still running, and you still like, that's another thing. So it's just better to, there's no benefit for an Uber driver to act like he's lost. He wants to get you there as soon as possible so he can go to the next trip. With taxis, it just, you know, they could just make a yellow cab app and do the same thing Uber's doing, which would make a lot of sense. They could literally, I mean, Lyft did it. Uber was first, then Lyft did it. And then now you have all these other small companies. They could literally make an app and do what Uber's doing, and they choose not to because it's corrupt and it's mob ran. So
that's right. No one ever says that. A taxi could just make an app. Okay.
Every other company has an app. McDonald's has an app. Domino's has an app.
Yeah, why isn't there a taxi app? That's a good question. Or like you said, the mob. We can make it up, right? Make up the price. All right, guys, we have another video, guys. We have some breaking news. Breaking news. All right, our guy, Homies Hub, had some issues, man. Some issues, some problems. A girl apparently swiped his phone, okay, and he did a live stream, I guess yesterday, and he talked about how this girl got arrested after stealing his phone, guys. So we want to kind of break this news because Homies is definitely one of our guys, but also, damn, man, it's just crazy, guys. It's crazy because we tell you guys that it is dangerous in Medellin, right? And Homie has been there for a long time. He's been there for a while. He hasn't had too many issues happen, but this is insane. And when International told me it happened, guys, I was like, damn, what the fuck happened? Because as far as I know, he's down there smashing some baddies.
I love big booty Latinas.
All right. But again, sometimes the baddies come with some, that baddies is a double entendre. There's some bad things that happen when you're dealing with these women. So we're going to bring up this story. And
I didn't see, so Homies went live on this a couple of days ago talking about the story. I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing because we're moving and shaking. I definitely popped in for a second, but didn't get a chance to see it. And then he was live a few hours ago, actually, because the time zone difference. So he was alive a few hours ago, and then I was trying to get him to come on our show, but he's probably either out or he said he fell asleep after the show, but he's probably either out now or he's still asleep. So wanted to get him in here to explain everything that happens. Maybe we'll do it on our next show, and then we can revisit it, but wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it or not. But still wanted to talk about this. And I went on his live a little bit earlier, and he was actually, bro, every time I go on his live, he's just cooking. He's very intelligent. He's having a high level conversation about everything. So that's why we really rock with him. He's super smart, and he talks about how this can literally happen to anyone, even him. And he said it before this happened. You know, he's not invincible. But that's one of the main reasons why I say that I like GFE more so than just running through a bunch of chicks peeing for pee, because the chances of that stuff happening are a lot less likely whenever you're doing that with a GFE. Not to say that it can't happen, not to say that you can't get drugged or robbed, or she can't act like she's, you know, your girl or whatever, and play the long game, all of that stuff. But I like that a lot better because one of the main reasons is because it's less likely for things like this to happen. Mm-hmm. All right, so we can play this video. I know they went live for hours, so we can play some of the main parts of it, skip through a little bit. But yeah, Child said homie's roommate sold him. Ozzy said, "Wow, what happened? Was she a hookah?" We'll have to see, because I don't really know the full story. So let's see.
Hold on, chat. My bad. I'm gonna screen.
Shout out to the child. He said he was able to get the girl to pay back some of the money. Good. I love seeing justice. And I'm happy that, you know, especially when friends of the channel, we want to see these chicks get the book thrown at them. Mm-hmm. Cash Travels helped his boy. Shout out to him. Get that girl that scoped them arrested. So I'm happy that homies was able to get this chick too.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and play this and see what happened to homies up, man.
Yeah. She know me as king. Today I told her she'll see me as sender with God. Bow down and give me an eye. I'ma tell you bananas, I'm a rock. Be the answer to all your prayers. Need it now instead of waiting on later. Need a minute, it's stricken by greed. I'm only stricken when you get on your knees. Girl, don't pray for me, you could pray to me. It's blasphemous if you don't believe, cause I bear the fruit, but not off the. Mic check. Mic check. It says that I'm showing in the red right now. So that means that I could be heard. But if y'all can't hear me, I will talk directly into the microphone like this. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. I'll let some people jump in. Hit the like button, everybody, on the way in. We got 14 people in here. Hit the like button. Mic check. 1, 2. What is this? Am overseas giving you the live news on what's going on with me. So, welcome. Our stream wouldn't be possible without your dutiful support. Okay. All right. So, look, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to put the information on the screen as to what went down. Okay. A lot of you guys are asking me what happened. I know some of you guys missed the live stream in which I was talking about exactly what it is that happened. Now, I wasn't fully set up for this stream, so give me a little bit of time because I do have to download some of these videos to actually show you guys everything that had happened. But long story short, to get into the story of what had actually happened to me, my boy, who does not want to be on this stream because he doesn't want to talk about it because he kind of knows that it is his fault. My boy was up late night gooning. Okay, my boy was up late night gooning, and 2 Venezuelan shorties made themselves available to him. Right now, I am dead asleep. I have very important meetings in the morning time, meetings for a very long situation I've been dealing with. So I wake up in the middle of the night, about 4 o'clock in the morning. Really, I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and basically, I'm taking a piss when I read the text message. Hey, bro, I got this girl coming over. She got a sister. She says, man, she don't even need much. She wants to come through. Right now, I'm like, all right, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. What is she trying to do? Obviously, I'm figuring, in my head, it's going to be a situation where it's like, okay, man, he probably know these girls. He probably hung out with them because that's usually what it is that we do here. We don't really hang out with girls that we don't really know like that. I'm thinking, all right, he's probably going to, invite some girls that he knows, and, she might, just, let the vibe be a vibe. Bless her with a little bit of something before she heads on the way out. So He shows me her. It's a complete catfish compared to what she actually looked like when she pulled up, right? Total catfish. I'm sending all these videos to myself because I'm gonna put them on the screen. Show love to the stream, y'all. It's gonna be an informational one. I know the haters want to have a field day with this shit. Justice prevails again. Shout out to OG with the super chat. Good people. Most is gonna give you the game. Listen accurately. Hit the like button on the way in. Bless the Cash App and enjoy yourself. Shout out to you. Nomad, pray for Mosa. Shout out to Sean, who's also out here in Medellin. Goonin. Shout out to STX Trading. Keep your Zelle and your Cash App far away from this nigga because it will be clean within the morning. So listen. So, right? He brings Shorty through. Let me can I take this light directly off my person and put it over here or something? I think that looks better. So basically, he's gooning. Shorty's come through, and the energy is all off, right? I should have read that. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm with 3 dudes in the house. There's 2 girls. What are these girls really going to do? Don't underestimate these girls, okay? These girls, as I've been telling people, these girls are pretty demons. These girls are pretty demons, okay? Pretty demons. She's cute. She's not all that. But pretty demons, all right? I'm putting her face up because she's like, oh, will this be the end of it? After she done got her ass jammed up. Is this where it ends? No, baby. It doesn't end here. It ends after I live stream this shit. That's when this shit ends, okay? So anyways, so Shorty comes through. She's high off the Tusi. Like, she's literally high off the Tusi. She's like, I'm like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Mosa. And she's like laggy with the response. So I'm not feeling it. I'm like, bro, I got to wake up in like 3-4 hours, man. I have this meeting at like 8 o'clock in the morning, man. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to basically take my ass and I'm going to go back to my room and I'm going to go to sleep. Now, my boy pulls up on me, right? And he's like, yo, bro, she's tired, bro. You think I can just drop her off in the room while I deal with the sister real quick? So I'm thinking, man, you never know, man. The night might get better. I'm going to be asleep. I'm like, whatever. I don't really care what happens because for me, I just want to go to sleep. So she comes in the room. I tell her, yo, take everything off, put on my t-shirt, like don't hop in my bed with your outside clothes. I don't know what the fuck you were out there doing. Don't know where you're coming from. Don't know you, but I'm trusting you're a decent person because there's no way that my boy would throw a chick in my room who we don't know like that. So this was where I messed up first and foremost. Because what does Mosa usually do when I'm hanging around girls I don't know? It's time for the inmate pat search. It's time to pat him down, time to search him down, give me a bag, give me everything, which I actually did. I took all her stuff and put them away. So she's sleeping in a t-shirt. Okay, let me actually update the for those of you guys sending cash apps and super chats. My bad, y'all, because I'm trying to get this story out, but I do appreciate it. If I see them coming in, I will definitely update it. Let's hit our goals this stream, y'all. Man, I got a clean ass stream for you guys today. Okay, clean ass stream, good ass story. You see the city behind me. There's not a lot of niggas doing live streams like this, so show a nigga some love. Send in your tithes and offerings to the Pastor Mosa in the building. Listen, don't let niggas ever make you think that they move so good they will never get got. Let me tell you why certain niggas don't get got, right? Certain niggas don't get got, and guys, hit the like button. Some niggas don't get got because they don't go outside. If you don't go outside, you're not going to get got. Eventually, you're going to get got some way, shape, or form, especially when you're dealing with this fast lifestyle. It just is what it's going to be. It's a fast lifestyle. If you've been to Miami, whatever Miami is multiplied times 1.5 when you come to Medellin, if not times 2. Okay, I've been telling you guys, I'm gonna give you guys this contrast about nightlife, partying, dealing with women. Whatever you whatever you encounter in Miami is times 2 when you come to Medellin, Colombia. That's just what it is. You're gonna run into all types of chicks. But I always encourage dudes, you should go through the motions when you come out here, because when you go through the motions, it's gonna make you more equipped for life, right? Anyways, now let's get back to the story because it's gonna get good. So I'm gonna skip all the crazy details. So basically, she comes over to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. She does not wake up from her slumber. And I'm talking about this bitch is knocked the fuck out. Like, she is literally snoring. She's snoring. She's grabbing me up. She's treating me like a teddy bear. She's asleep. I'm letting her do whatever the hell she want to do because my mind is focused on these meetings I have in the morning. I have to teach a class. I have a meeting where, a little situation that's going on right now in my life. And I'm thinking to myself, whatever. She's a cute little girl. She's harmless. You know what I'm saying? I let her sleep. She's wearing my t-shirt. She has nothing around her. There's nothing for her to possibly steal. So I go through all my meetings, literally all my, I come out to the living room real quick where I'm at right now. I come out to the living room because she's snoring hard as fuck in the room. So I'm like, let me just come out to the living room, get these meetings over with. I have to end up going back into the room. But when I came out to the living room, I left my phone. So this is my main phone, but there's no service. I left my phone that has the service that I use as a hotspot and is basically like my whole like Colombian, number. If you guys know, you know, like you got to have a Colombian number. I leave that phone right here where I'm sitting at right now. So after everything's done, we laying in bed. She wakes up because now I'm done with all my meetings. I need to figure out what this girl is trying to do. She's still laying in my bed, and I need to figure out if I need to kick her out at this point in time. So we laying in bed. She wakes up. You know, she's being a little cute, a little smiley, whatever the fuck she's doing. But she's just waking up. Like she's coming off of like 2C comatose. You know what I'm saying? Like she's coming out of a 2C coma right now. Okay. If you don't know what 2C is basically the new age generation of crack. It is. It's not crack. It's like Colombia's version of like ecstasy, cocaine, and everything else. I hope I can say that on YouTube, right? So she's coming off of that and whatever other substances that this girl is on. So we in bed, we talking a little bit. We you know, we're not even really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even really doing much. We kind of just like laying there. I might have did a little like, you know what I'm saying? Little, you feel me, Lil? I'm trying to say it without saying it on YouTube, but basically do what niggas was doing when they was in high school. Like, I'm doing shit like that because I'm not really pressed to hit it. I'm chilling, bro. You feel me? I got your ass in my bed. You barely got clothes on. You feel me? Like, we could play around a little bit, but I'm really trying to figure out what it is you're trying to do. So we playing around a little bit. She's in her vibe. She's vibing with it, talking to me, whatever the fuck it is. And then I'm just like, okay, like, what do you want to do? Because you've been sleeping. And she's on some shit like, well, I need money. And I'm looking at her like, I'm not even going to fight against the grain. All right, what do you want? She's not telling me what she wants. So I'm like, but she's on some shit like, yeah, but like, I need to make sure you're going to basically bless me before like we do anything. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even want that type of vibe. I'm not really into you like that. You feel me? Like, I'm not really into shorty like that. I don't really want to do anything with her. So I'm like, all right, listen. If you was on some shit like you was vibing, it happened, and you wanted a little something before you leave, I already understand what the vibe is, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's almost like you want me to go get up and get you something first before anything happens. And I'm like, shorty, I'm good. You came here, you fell asleep. You know, I didn't bother you for nothing. I didn't ask you for nothing. I let you sleep because you was about to fall into a 2C coma. Okay. You was about to fall into a 2C coma on the floor somewhere. I might as well lock your ass in the room, which I didn't have to lock her anywhere because she literally was asleep.
So what are your thoughts so far?
Sounds like a crazy story. I think that now I don't know how she steals his phone yet, so I don't know what happens, but it sounds like maybe he was trying to see if she was a pro, she wasn't a pro, he wasn't sure. From what I hear, you know, a lot of chicks that are in Medellin, guys, they are working, even the ones that claim they're not working. So, I mean, at this point, I think that homies is just trying to gauge what's going on, what kind of woman she is, and he's just trying to basically, you know, feel her out. I don't know. I mean, I think he's doing the right thing. He's, you know, got her to bed, got her with a t-shirt on. He's trying to smash, trying to see what it is. Once she says she wanted money, I think his antennas should have raised, and that's when he should have been kind of, all right, let me see what's going on, make sure I got all my shit right. Because I think maybe at this point he might have thought she's a regular girl, but I kind of want to hear a little bit more to figure out what he does or what happens and how she gets his phone from this point on, because it's kind of getting better now as he's saying, you know, she wants him to bless her with money, which I thought that's kind of funny to say it that way. I need you to bless me with something. These are just terminology some of these chicks like to use, but you're a working girl. You're a sex worker. It is what it is. What about you?
So I think that he made a lot of the right decisions early, giving you guys crazy game. That they're not doing anything crazy, that they don't have any drugs on them, that they don't have anything on them, searches them, does everything right, puts her in a t-shirt, makes sure that she, you know, nothing valuable laying around. He did a lot of that stuff right. And I really like the story because it's a story that could easily happen to a lot of people. You get these girls, You think that they're GFE type of girls that don't really want anything in return. And then they hit you with the bless me or give me some money or my time or whatever bullshit story they make up. I want to see what happens too. But I'll say that he was moving very smart from what I understand from his story so far.
Okay, let's play a little bit more.
And all of my equipment and phones and everything is put away. Everything is put away. What slips my mind is that I left my phone in the living room. I forgot I left my phone in the living room. So now she's like, oh, so you don't want to just like, come on, I'm like, no, like I'm straight. Like I'm good. Like I'm really not like, shorty, this is, you're dealing with the wrong gringo. Like I am not desperate for nothing. Like the ussy out here is so abundant. I don't need to be desperate for anything. If you're not just trying to let the vibe happen after you've been laying on my bed for a full work day, talking about, oh, you need, like, shorty, we shouldn't even be having that conversation. Like you literally slept off your 2C coma in my bed. So anyways, so she gets up and she goes into my boy's room where her sister's there. She's like, yo, blah, blah, blah. This nigga don't want to give me no money. He don't want to blah, blah, blah. He wasted. So she comes back in the room like, yo, like, she's like, yo, like, you're wasting my time. Who's wasting? Yo, so obviously I didn't get upset. I like spoke to her in Spanish. I said, yo, like, you came in my room and you fell asleep and I let you sleep. I said, we didn't have no conversation. I don't even have your WhatsApp. Can't even remember your name. Literally, I had accompanied you off the strength of the fact that your sister is handling business with Brody. And y'all chilling. You guys thought to yourselves, I'm thinking you guys are one of the chicks that y'all want to come hang out, chill after a night of doing whatever the hell y'all doing, and you want to go to sleep. So I said, go ahead and go to sleep. If something happens, something happens. If something don't. I'm not taking a loss. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not really my type anyway. She's a cute little girl, but she's not really my type. That's not the type. You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna call me a trick, you gotta understand I'm a trick on something better than that. So I'm not tricking. I'm straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm if anything, I might help you with an Uber back, but it's really not about to be what you think it's about to be. She's like, oh, well, like you played with me a little bit. You should at least give me something. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, sure that's for your pleasure. You ain't getting nothing out of that. You ain't doing nothing to me for me to be trying to. I said, you know what? I'm good. Honestly, I don't want none of this. Like, honestly, y'all could go. So she's keep in mind, she just woke up. So her energy is really low. She's very chill, but her sister's on 100. So her sister in the other room hearing the conversation, the girl gets up again. She goes over there. And now she's turning up. Like she's coming in the room, looking at me, like trying to make sure. And see, my boy don't give me this pretext until we already during the day, right? He doesn't give me the pretext that these girls basically can't afford to stay in the hotel they're staying in. They're broke as fuck. So they're desperate. This is information you have to know before you bring women over to your crib. And now, like I said, most of the time I'm on point. I spot this before I even entertain anything like this. But off the strength of Brody, I'm playing two-man ball. You know what two-man is? Yo, distract a friend so I can have my time with Shorty. So he gets his time with Shorty, basically damn near 10 hours chilling. Shorty's in comatose. I'm teaching classes. I'm in meetings. I'm checking emails. I handled everything I needed to handle while this girl is sleeping, okay, like a fucking comatose crack addict. You know what I'm saying? So now she's on some shit. Like now she starts turning up, right? Oh my gosh, she's so adorable because she can't even look me in my face while she's trying to turn up. She can't even look me in my face while she's turning up. She like, oh, you need to peg on me. Now she turning up. Her sister in the room like, if your friend don't pay her, I'm gonna go in the room and I'm gonna beat him up. Keep in mind, Shorty like this tall. Feel me? Like I'm sitting down and she like this tall. Like so she like, oh, if he don't pay her, I'm gonna go beat her up. Right? I'm gonna pop on him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna punch him in his face. Matter of fact, we're calling the police. So we looking around like. So now I'm out the room talking to my boy because this girl does not want to leave my room. She's sitting on the bed. I try to move her out the room. She's like, no, don't touch me. I'm not moving. So I'm like, yo, how you come in a nigga house? You sleep in a nigga bed and you mad because a nigga don't want to give you no bread. It's different if like we would have did something. And I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to pay you. It was literally on some shit like, I don't want to do nothing. Like I'm good. Like I don't want to do anything. Actually, I'm super good. I'm turned off. Like I told her, I said, yo, like your energy is off. Like if you were trying to entice me to trick, like you should have came with better energy. And I said that to her. I said, I don't want to be with no girl that I can't even read like your energy. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, they start turning up. My other boy in the room, he now wakes up and they like, yo, she gonna call the cops. We like, and I'm saying, yo, tell her, call the cops. I don't give a fuck. The cops is not about to come here and they about to be in the right. They gonna ask, oh, did y'all? No, we didn't do nothing. We did nada, nothing. Right? But he's like, yo, it's bad.
All right. Let's pause it there, guys, because I think this is another important part of this whole debacle. Um, so I'll address the last part and then I'll kind of address a couple things. I'm a big fan of not calling the cops. I don't think that the cops should be called in other countries. Um, anytime there's a situation where a girl tries to call the cops, I typically try to alleviate the situation. Um, the cops are going to be on the Chica's side most of the time, and it's just not worth it unless you have irrefutable evidence of whatever it was that you guys may or may not have, negotiated. But also, calling the cops just adds another element of a way that you could be extorted. It's different for Homie's Hub because he lives there. I'll say that. He does live there. He knows a little bit more, or really a lot of bit more than any random gringo would know. And he could kind of explain to them like, yo, I'm here as a permanent resident and or a long-term resident. I will not be, flim-flammed out of money versus when they know you're only there for a short period of time and you don't know the laws. The cops could have tried to extort you as well as the girls. Another important piece to note is that the women there do have some attitude. Okay, women will have attitude in any country. Don't think because you're in Latin America or Brazil that these chicks will not turn up, scream, yell, and act like they're going to fight you just like a girl would in the United States. There are a subset of people who say, oh, PassportBro said that the women are more feminine, blah, 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 and there's not going to be any problems. They are more feminine, but there still is going to be problems. They're different problems, and that you have to deal with those problems, in a more methodical way. But this is a classic Chica, issue that is a working girl. And this happens to a lot of guys where call the cops, or I'm going to call the cops because they know, again, just like the chicks in the States know, if I call the cops on you, you're the one that's going to go to jail. If I say you hit me or whatever it is. So this is why when women, and it sounds sexist, but this is why when you give women or anybody really any kind of power and they know they can call, daddy or mommy to come and scold you or beat you or whatever, and put you in timeout, women will always use that. They always will go, oh, okay, you want to fuck with me? Fine. And they'll go to the person that can fuck you over. That's just how it is. It sucks that this has happened to him. And I'm curious to hear a little bit more about, still don't really understand where his phone got taken. I mean, he said he left his phone in the room, but he didn't get to the part where how she took it or when she took it or when maybe all of it happened. So I guess he's getting there. The last part I'll say on that international go is, as I mentioned before, this is a classic Chica sex worker issue where they basically start turning up on you to get you to pay for something that you didn't do. And this is, again, why this channel exists, because this happens so much. The video that will be posted at some point of the guys that went down to Cartagena and they got into it with the Auxilio girl, right? The Auxilio girl was that whole situation. It was, oh, she wants this kind of money. We don't even know if they actually did smash. I don't think they did or whatever, right? But maybe he did and she wanted more money. But what I'm saying is, this is why it's so important to just, any of these girls, no matter who they are, to have things on WhatsApp, have some sort of discussion. How can you sleep at someone's house while high on Tuesday or whatever it is for 10 hours, sleep overnight, not have sex, and come over with your friend, right? So you're not even really supposed to be there, or maybe you're just coming as a companion, sleep in my bed, and then say you owe me money and we didn't do anything. Now, I will say, I would like to ask homies about this, because maybe the messing around or fooling around that he did with her turned into something a little more. Maybe not complete sex, but something must have happened where she felt like, oh, he touched me, he did this, he did that, I need money, right? These girls will try to flip-flop on you and tell you they need money for their time just showing up. So, sorry, we lagged a little bit there. These girls will ask for money sometimes just for showing up, not even doing anything, when really they know they're supposed to at least do something if that was the deal. So I'll let International comment on it, but that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I say avoid the police at all costs, just because you're going to get it extorted. Guys, sometimes I have it in my head too, where I'm like, call the cops, this, that. And I've been in situations where I've either calmed somebody else down. It's good. This is another reason why you need to travel with other guys, right? Travel together. You have another person there to give you, you know, a moment of clarity. Yo, we really don't want the cops called. What's she talking about? How much she asking for? Let's resolve the situation. Let's calm her down. Have the other person, you're the bad cop, have the other person play good cop and calm her down and try to resolve the situation amicably. Because, you know, I don't want to get extorted, you know, but the cops are not there. The cops overseas, like, you never know what's going to happen. And there's a high risk of something, you know, not favorable for your situation is going to happen, right? They're actual Colombian citizens, you're not, you know, so it's a high risk and low probability of a reward when the cops get involved. Now, am I saying they're all bad? No, I'm not saying that at all. And I understand why they do what they do, you know, but the cops aren't going to be on your side more than likely. So I'm already going into that knowing that I don't want to get them called. So the best bet is to try to resolve the situation. As far as Homie's Hub, how he handled it, I think I need to see more, but I think he's doing very well so far. But yeah, girls will just come over, not even just come over in this situation, but girls will come to your house, not do anything, and then they'll say that, oh, you need to pay for your time, or oh, you need to pay me because of this or that. And that stuff happens sometimes. But it's typically with, you know, dealing with sex workers. That's typically, but it's starting to happen more with people that are perceived as sex workers. I mean, as non-sex workers. So yeah, man, it's unfortunate. Let's see what else happens. We can skip forward if we need to.
Okay. Well, we'll play a little bit more. I think this is a good part.
Ozzy said, do Colombian police take the side of Venezuelan working girls over gringos? Yes. They're a lot closer to being Colombian, even though they're not. They're far away. And Colombians don't like them comparing them, but most gringos don't know how to speak a lick of Spanish. Mm-hmm. They're over there for a short time, and the police just have a perception that passport bros are coming over there causing problems, right? This is why our channel exists as well, to put out the actual facts of what's going on. People think that passport bros are going over there causing chaos. There's a bunch of myths. 80% black people in parky areas and just dumb stuff that if you let the media just say those things without having channels like ours to rebut those claims, then that's what people are going to see. So whenever they're watching the news or seeing all these issues with passport bros coming over there, because the media is only going to report the negative, then when the police come, they're going to you know, have that preconceived notion that, you know, passport bro is wrong and the Chica's right, or we're trying to get over on her, poor her. She's also a woman, you know, police tend to take the woman's side too. So yes, you do not want to deal with those situations, then just try to resolve it. That's the best advice I can give you, is just try to resolve it amicably.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and play a little bit more. Actually, we'll play it from here because I think he's still. I want to see how his cell phone got taken here and what he did. All right, let's play a little more, guys.
For optics, he's like, yo, just the optics of the situation is we live in a residential building. Even though it's a nice building, it's high up, you can see the whole damn city. We live in a residential building. So it's like, if we are the gringos that got cops coming through because there's holes here, that looks absolutely terrible. And I understand exactly what he's saying. He's like, yo, just give them something and let them go. See, but now the pride and the African nigga in me is, earn that, nigga. Fuck that. Nah, nigga, don't give a give a.
It's funny, before me and Steve even watched this story, we literally had this conversation yesterday or 2 days ago. And we were talking about, you know, this exact same thing. It's like the pride gets into you, and you know, you don't, it's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not trying to get extorted. So it's funny that it's coming back up, because this is exactly the same exact conversation. We literally had this like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we did. And, you know, yeah, guys, I mean, some of these girls, like I said, they're just out to extort you. They're out to get you, and your pride will kick in. No, I'm not. Just like the story I just said, the guys, the Auxilio girl, the guys that went to Cartagena, that made the video, recorded the girl, the Chica, posted it online, which was stupid. And then it just made them look worse. At the end of the day, the women still end up winning in a lot of this, because again, the cops are on their side, women are on their side, people who hate passport bros are on their side. There's no one really trying to help these guys out. Even I flamed them. But I also made it a teaching lesson and a learning lesson for those guys. They were trying to get that video swiped off the internet, and I'm like, no, it's a learning lesson for you guys, and it's a learning lesson for other men that are coming down there. But I would say, again, this is my personal opinion, you know, as long as it's not anything outrageous, just go ahead and pay the girl. If it's $50 or $100 and you have it, pay it, so you don't have to deal with it and go on to the next situation. It's never worth it to sit there and keep arguing with the girl and get the cops involved. You're going to waste more time and more money in some cases doing all of that. So in my opinion, you know, we'll see what he says. I think he'll probably say he ended up giving her something, but let's find out. Because that's what sometimes it ends up coming to anyway. You huff and puff and huff and puff and huff and puff for an hour, and then you end up giving her the fucking money anyway. So let's just get to it, get her out of here, and then tell her, yo, I'll never deal with you again. I'm gonna tell all my friends not to deal with. Here's how you get a woman back that does this. You tell her, if she's trying to extort you, and again, if it's enough money that you could just get her out of there because you know you don't want the cops there, give her the money. Fine. Hey, look, I don't ever want to see you again. You're not allowed in any places I'm at. Any guys that I know that have dealt with you, or any bars that you go in, I'm gonna make sure that they know you did this. You know, you can. What they do in some of these clubs, guys, if the girls act up, they kick them out the club. They're not allowed back in the club. Or they tell people, yo, she's a rat, she's a ladrón, she's a thief, and she gets a bad reputation as a pro who's a one that's scopolamines her, as a thief or whatever it is, and she's not able to do what she does with the group of guys that are there. She'll get some guys, but what I'm saying is you can kind of do that to get her back to some degree. I had a girl one time try to do some extortion shit with me. I said, here's your money. I actually was cool with you. I was going to keep bringing you, you know, over. We could chill, whatever we do. You just lost. You're trying to get an extra $50 or whatever it is, and you're literally not going to have another client. These women are dumb. And I know some people, the argument is, oh, they don't care. They are in their feelings. They're women. Cool. Still, let them know about themselves. Let them know that you're going to let other people know that what they did. And even if it doesn't happen, even if they still get clients, a woman will still go, damn, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that was wrong. And a lot of those same girls I've seen, I just look at them and just go, she just walked the other way. She know not to come over where I am. That's what you want. Because Homie Hub in particular, guys, these guys live here. The reason why they're catching these girls, we just had another girl get caught last week from Cash Travels. He caught one of the girls that drugged the streamers on Kick. Why? Because they live there. So one of the good parts about some of these guys living here is they're going to see you again. And these women are dumb. They're going to go right back to the same clubs and be right on the same streets that they were on. All right, let's play a little more.
Nigga, give her half of that, nigga. And keep in mind, what she's asking for is the equivalent of $23, right? And this is also something to do too, right? I would say in most situations, just pay the money and get her out your crib. But in this situation, I felt like if the cops would have came through and analyzed the situation, they was not gonna let them rock like that. Thankfully, we're seeing that the cops do have a good side out here, right? So once she finds out that she's gonna get the money, this is the pivotal moment where I get my phone stolen. Once she finds out that she's gonna get the money, They go in the living room to go and converse. I'm talking to my boy. I'm looking at him, and there she's extremely ecstatic. She's smiling. She's happy from ear to ear. I said, I have not seen this bitch smile in the 8 to 9 hours she's been in the crib. I have not seen her crack a smile, not once. So I'm like, damn, was she really that broke? So I'm telling my boy, I said, yo, bro, honestly, don't give her none of that shit. I said, give her half of that. So that would have been like what? Like, what's like half of $23? Like $11.50? I'm like, bro, give her like the equivalent of $11.50. Send her ass on her way. She came through to the crib, got to sleep. She probably was getting kicked out the hotel that following night, so she just needed somewhere to sleep. What I don't realize is that when they're in the living room, she pocketed the phone. At least I believe it was in the living room. She pocketed the phone. Now keep in mind, she don't have a phone, right? She don't have a she showing, while we have a little conversation in the room prior to all this shit, she don't have a phone. She just got her phone stolen. So she pockets the phone. I don't realize it. She tries to come back into I finally got her ass out my room. She tries to come back into the room. I'm keeping the door shut. Like, you're not coming in my room. Like, that is over for that. Like, I need you to get the fuck out, because at this point in time, I'm about to get on my big gorilla Mosa shit, pick your ass up and take you out the room. My boy's like, no, chill, bro. She, she's trying to basically, like, she's trying to make it even. Like, she's like, yo, like, if you're gonna give me that, I might as well go in the room with you and do whatever. So I'm like, nigga, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm good. Like, I don't want. He's like, yo, bro, just, I'm saying, just at least the transaction to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna give her the full amount. So I'm like, all right. So now we going in the room, and it's so awkward because she basically bullied us into that situation. And because we care about the optics of how the other locals view us, because you already know how they view foreigner. They view us all as just straight up sex pats, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there, and like, I don't want to go into detail, but I have to go into detail so you understand where my mind is at, right? He said, and your boy would have had me tight. Yeah, bro, but I love my boy, man. But yeah, bro, that was some bullshit. Long story short, we have angry makeup sex, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying? I kind of want.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So homies ends up hitting her off. So that's why I'm confused. So to make it right, they go in and have sex. Is that what he said? Is that what I caught? It was let's go and finish what we were gonna do. So at least, I guess they felt like there was a transaction. So okay, this is what happened, chat, and I guess homies will have to correct this. She sleeps over. She's 2-seat out. She wakes up in the morning. He starts messing around with her, probably doing whatever in the bed, messing around, but doesn't have sex. He then asks her, basically, what are we doing? What's going on? Why are you in my bed? And we're not doing nothing. She says, you have to pay me. He doesn't pay her. And then they come up with a price that they have a big argument. Then they come up with a price that he's gonna pay her, I guess. And then they go and have sex. That's basically what happened. But it sounded like that I thought that she wanted money to leave. But then he's just said, well, let's go in and do the deed anyway. That's just interesting. This is weird. I'd have to ask him what the fuck is going on here. Because typically, guys, what it is that they want money for nothing and then they leave. You don't just get to smash and have makeup sex or whatever the fuck that is. What do you think about that, International? Anything? Just lost. I'm lost too.
I was lost like the DC Rob.
Yeah, I'm lost on this one.
You know what you need? The shit over your eyes. No, man.
So, I don't get this one. All right, let's just play like another 2 minutes, guys, and then we'll close this one out. And maybe we'll get homies to come on and explain on the next show, because this is where I don't get it.
I want to say it on stream, but I don't want to say it on stream, but I know niggas is going to clip it. But let me just basically say this. That bitch enjoyed herself throughout the whole shit, okay? Let me just say that. She enjoyed herself throughout the whole shit, had a nice little gift wrap ending, and I was just looking at her like, you are an evil little bitch, like evil little bitch. So she get dressed up, she leave, and then we kind of just laugh about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling my boys, I'm like, yo, bro, I think she enjoyed that shit more than me. Like, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now we talking about, damn, bro, like we just got extorted by 2 little Venezuelans for the equivalent of like $50, bro. Like, $60. And can you imagine if you're getting extorted on some nigga, take my pussy or I'm calling the police. Like, take my pussy or I'm calling the police that you're wasting my time. That's what getting extorted in Colombia looks like. It's, nigga, take Go and handle business with her and give her
Pause
money
it.
because you made her think she was going to make.
That's not what getting extorted in Colombia looks like, homies. Hub, come on now. This is one day story that will never happen again. Getting extorted in Colombia looks like adios or adios. Yeah, adios or auxilio or any of that shit. That's what
Yeah, no, it's not extortion. It's not extortion. I mean, but yeah, like you said, she got your phone. That's why she's so happy and chipper. You know what? Let's pause it here.
stop it.
Yeah, we'll stop it here, and maybe we'll get some more context from Homies Hub next time he's on the show, guys, because there's a lot of questions that I would have, and I don't want to speculate until he would be able to be here and explain. But from what I get from it, this is, again, there's a lot of these Chica pro stories where guys are getting finessed. Homies Hub has been in Medellin a while. He knows the game, but even he can get got. And this is why International said the GFE route is a lot more safer. Maybe you deal with the pro, sometimes. Maybe if you deal with pros, you only deal with the same ones. A lot of you guys are going to Medellin, and every night it's a different girl. Different girl is different personality. Different girl is different ways she can set you up and steal stuff from you. If you get the ones that are actually cool, because there are a lot of cool sex working chicks that are just super, nice, beautiful, very feminine, all of that stuff, then you're good. But you got to stick with them. Once you start adding in different ones, and I was in Park Years and I met this baddie in Gusto, and there was one walking around near the park, and okay. Every time you're adding a woman, you're adding a problem. This is why we say a lot of you women are problematic. And this could be, let's take sex workers out of it. This could just be you dealing with multiples of women. You trying to be a player. I'm a guy. I got mad bitches, motherfucker. Yeah, I got one for Wednesday, Friday, and I got one on Sunday too. Right? I swap them out, right? And then I take I take breaks in between. You talking all that pimp shit, that Mac shit, and that Playboy shit, but then you're like, well, I'm about to add me on another one, and I just met this girl, and then you add more potential issues. So this is why in other cultures they only allow you to have a certain amount of wives, and you got to take care of them all the same, because one might get jealous and fuck your shit up, right? Women are very, like, even if you're dealing with pros, like they're still women. They're very emotional, and as you can see, he had a girl sleeping in his bed, arguing with him. They love that roller coaster ride of emotion. So, I'm not gonna say homie made a rookie mistake here per se, because he's not a rookie. And it sounds to me like he was taking some precautionary measures. However, there are some questions that I have for him that I would want him to clarify, because there's just a couple things that aren't adding up. But we'll reserve that for when he comes on. 916 Hella said he's upset he got, period. Yeah, you know what's weird? In a weird way, I'm gonna, okay, how do I want to word this? In a weird way, I guess before she stole his phone, even after all the arguing and she wanted money, he actually probably liked her, right? Not liked her in the sense of being her, his girlfriend or anything. He's not necessarily gonna wife a pro, but what I mean is, it sounded like when he said we had makeup sex. Like, I wouldn't even say I had makeup sex with a girl who's a sex worker. It's almost like that's your girl, right? But it seems to me like he actually found her attractive. He liked her, and once she stole his phone, he, like you said, he was probably annoyed, like, damn, this stupid bitch, right? But that's the thing, man. These girls are looking for a come up. They're looking for things that they can grab really quickly, put in their pockets, and take. These aren't problems that you typically have here in Thailand or in Japan. Some of these places, women typically leave your things alone. They're not worried about trying to steal from somebody. This is, that's another thing we can talk about on another show, maybe, guys, where a lot of these women are, the differences between the women of each culture, the difference between Japanese women and Colombian women, the difference between Thai women and Japanese women. We've hung around enough now to we can make, of course we haven't been here years, but we can give you guys some initial thoughts on the differences between the cultures and the women. I think that that would be a great show. You know, and you know, we're experiencing it. We're still here, and we'll be able to give you guys some more sauce on that. 916 says, "Makeup sex my ass." Never heard that from pros. Yeah. So I would charge Homie Hub to just get a couple girlfriends down there. Like find some regular chicks, or at least like a team. I would say maybe like let's just say you have a team of like 3 of them, 2 to 3. You don't need a bunch that you really rock with, that are really solid, that aren't stealing, that actually like you. The story that I told you guys about, there's this chicken spot we were going to with Nate and Homie's Hub and Osborne Ani and Cash Travel and Rami Travels is out there. These guys, KBS, they go to this chicken spot. And since they go to this chicken spot almost every night or every other night, there's staff that work there. One of the staff members, Shorty, got a wagon. She's got like a fat ass. It was one of the fattest ass I've seen in Medellin. She's got a big butt. And she's not that cute though. But what I'm saying is they're in there, they're flirting with these girls. They need to start hollering at the girls that work for these bars that they go to. These chicken spots, these food spots, these slushy spots. They sell these like alcoholic slushies there. Holler at those chicks and bag and smash. They're not pros per se. Would they want money? I don't think so. Maybe. But what I'm saying is like they're trying to work an honest job, right? And you guys are there all the time. So you can just mac it. Yo, there was a girl. Oh, she was bad. She was so right next to Parque Yeris, right next to Sky Park, guys, there's these little like bars where you could just like buy alcohol out of. Like there's just little like, I don't know, just like a small, like it's an elongated space. It's not very like a wide space, but it's an elongated space where you can just, they have like, I don't know, Red Bulls and beers and stuff, and they'll go in the back and get stuff and bring it up. And sometimes they even have a kitchen. There was this hookah girl that Al always sees when we go to Medellin, and she, I guess, stopped selling the hookah and she's doing some other thing at the bar now that's out on the street. And there was a girl with her that was bad. Like she was solid, bro. She was like adjustable 6, but on the high end of the 6, big old booty. Dudes were trying to talk to her. Like if I lived there, I'd be on that every single night. And eventually she would crack and I'd be cracking that ass, right? Like, so I would challenge Homie Hub and all these other guys that are YouTubers in Medellin, talk to the girls that are the baddies that are working at the bars and the establishments. You guys have graduated from being around hookahs all day and just dealing with them. You don't have to do that. You live there.
And you had a conversation with them about that on his live stream like last week.
Yeah. And you guys can do that. Thing. Yeah. I didn't even know that. So yeah, that's crazy. Why are you even, I'm not saying don't deal with pros sometimes, but some of them are like, I'm like, y'all are dealing way too much with these girls. Y'all been down there long enough to get y'all some bad shit. Bro, I'd have me a baddie in Medellin. Oh my God. Nate has one. Shout out to Nate. He has a few. He was showing like, okay. I'm like, okay. He got a couple in the tuck. Nate be cooling. Nate's like, yo, I'm not even really gonna take none of these. I haven't really seen him take any of the girls home because he got some waiting for him. He got some that'll be at his B&B waiting, not pros. You know what I'm saying? Just girls that fuck with him. And shout out to Nate. Nate speaks, he's like Spanglish. It's like broken Spanish, a little bit. Well, he knows English, but what I'm saying is he's like, he knows enough to where one of the girls that he's actually dealing with, who's not a pro, will call him, and they're just talking in Spanish, you know, like a regular girl, like his regular girlfriend. So, and he's just communicating with her. It's just dope to see like brothers like speaking Spanish and like dealing with women in other countries in their language. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna wind down here because we want to take a few hours and upload some content to the channel and give you guys some stuff on the Patreon and the locals. International, did you have anything before we wind down?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, what we'll do is we will wind down. Let's go over the maybe outside. We'll go over our housekeeping real quick, guys, and then we'll wind down. We appreciate you guys for joining another show with us today. And Sorry, there's some dude outside making noise, guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in for yet another show. We'll be back again on what's today? Saturday. We'll be back again on Monday, guys. We're a day ahead here, so again, we're just working out the logistics of all the stuff we're doing as far as these lives. So let's go over our locals, guys. Locals. Before we actually do this, guys, let's say one more thing before we wind down. The IRLs, let's just go over everything we went over before. The IRLs, guys, that we do are going to go live publicly. And then we're going to be moving most of our IRLs to members only. So make sure you guys, if you want to see it, watch it. When it pops up, everyone can see it. But once it's off, we're going to move it to members only very quickly. So we can give you guys some incentive to be members, because I think a lot of the members, we want to start giving y'all some more content, exclusive content, or taking content that's up and just keeping it only for you guys. So make sure you guys become a member of the channel of the Mentuition Mafia. You can become a member from a desktop. I don't know if you can do it from your phone, but you can join, and we'd appreciate that. It's only $3.99. The other thing is, guys, we are going to be doing fundraisers. Okay. On the next show, we'll have a new fundraiser for the next destination, and we're going to try to raise some money so we can give you guys content. Again, doing all these lives, doing all this traveling is very expensive. As you guys know, I had about $700 worth of camera equipment, batteries, and stuff taken from me at the airport because they were too big to fly with, too many lithium-ion batteries to travel around with. But we're just trying to work everything out. So make sure you guys send in your support to the channel via Cash App. Did we have a Cash App earlier?
No, that was from a couple days ago. But
Okay.
Shout out to the child.
Yeah.
I don't know if we shouted that out on the last show, but shout out to him for sending in that $10 Cash App.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, child. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, Cash Apps, guys, super chats, all that goes a long way. So the next show, we want to see a lot more support through the donations, because we're going to be doing a fundraiser for the next destination. All right. So let's go over real quick, guys, the housekeeping real quick before we wind down. Make sure you guys join the locals. That is mentuition.locals.com. This is where you guys will see all of the debauchery. Okay. That's International behind some bunda right there, I believe. But yeah, guys, so the locals is free. It is free. However, if you want to see the not safe for YouTube stuff, you will have to sign up for $9.99. Okay. We are taking a lot of what you see here on the locals and moving it over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/mentuition. This is where you guys will see the uncensored. Okay. This is where you guys will see all the uncensored breakdowns of the different countries that we travel to. And also we're going to be adding in the same not safe for YouTube stuff that you see here on locals and putting it on our Patreon. But also, guys, you get even more added value on here. We have breakdowns of certain clubs, exclusive clubs. We have, jobs listed, all that kind of stuff. So let's go over it real quick. We have 3 tiers. The first tier is our general admission tier. You get free access to some of our locals content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. It's $50 a month. You get free access to all of our locals posts, which is our not safe for YouTube stuff, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answered per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off of the merch, and even more special Discord access. Last but not least, guys, we have our all access pass. Okay, shout out to everybody that's a part of the All Access Pass membership. We appreciate you.
Spin the check and get it right back.
On this tier, guys, you get 1 free consultation per month, up to 60 minutes, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access to discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, and 20% off of the merch. Guys, also don't forget to join our Discord. That's mentuitiondiscord.net. It is free to join that. There's no cost, absolutely no cost for that at all. And that's where you guys can join up to talk about your travel plans or anything else you really want to talk about. So guys, as we're winding down here, again, we are in Bangkok. We'll be here for a few more days, most likely. We'll let you guys know. I believe the next destination will be Pattaya. And I want to do a lot more live streaming there just because of the views that you guys are going to get, but also the views we're going to get because you guys like seeing all the ladies. But we wanted to switch it up and show you guys some temples and some tours. Again, guys, if the quality is bad, we'll probably just take it down if it's an IRL. But anything that's good, we'll just move it to, you can watch it live, and then after we're going to move it to the members, okay? But guys, give us some sauce on where you want us to go. If you've been to Thailand, or there's a place that you want us to check out while we're in Bangkok, or when we're in Pattaya, let us know, because we want you guys to kind of drive us through some of these places. And we want to give you the content that you want to see, but also maybe there's a place that you really liked and you're like, yo, the food there was bomb. Steve, check this out. We had 916 recommend udon to us. We had someone, I forget who it was, but they said go to Sky Park or Sky Bar here in Bangkok. So I think we're going to hit that up tonight. Check it out. Like we're not here for long, but we're going to do what we can in the time we're here and try to, get content for you guys everywhere. And if you guys don't see it on IRL, it doesn't mean we're not getting content. We have a lot of content. And we're going to chop it up and put it together for you guys here on the channel, on the YouTube channel, but also anything that's super exclusive, we'll put behind the paywall. Okay. I think that's all we got, guys. Class is dismissed for today. Still having an issue with the sound, guys. I think let us know again if those sound bites sound good. Sometimes they're cutting out, which just means they're too loud, but we'll fix it on the next show. But yeah, anything you guys want us to do, let us know. International, you got anything before we cut out?
No, I'm all good, man.
All right, cool. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Until next time, adios.
Adios! Adios!